Alrighty, Trump supporters request up in the box to the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen 737-295-5321. Random guy, did you vote for Donald Trump?
I did.
You did. And do you regret your vote?
Um,
Take that for the good.
yeah, it's getting harder to like defend Donald Trump now, based on what he's done, and I know a lot of people like believed he was going to do like what he said. I do feel like people are. I think like me specifically, and I'm sure a lot of other like Republicans felt like
God
in his
bless you.
previous
Thank you, Erica, for the
previous
tiny,
term.
tiny reading. W's to you. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. In his previous term, they do feel like he was the better choice, and they feel like life was better, and they did better under him, and stuff like that.
In his
However,
previous term, he was the better
I think
choice.
that
Are you
can't
talking
be
about the 2016
said
election?
now. It's based on what.
Are you talking about the 2016
Yeah,
election?
I feel like they made. What's that?
You said in his previous term you thought he was the better
What did you say?
choice. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, yeah.
I think you may have an
Um,
service issue. You said in his previous term that you thought he was the better choice. You'd be referencing his first term, so you'd be referencing what, the 2016 election?
2016.
Okay.
Yeah,
You thought he was the better choice than Hillary Clinton.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know why we end up
However, I think
relitigating previous elections constantly on this app, but sure. I actually don't care what you thought about Hillary Clinton at that time, although I think that would be an interesting conversation. We're more so talking about the 2024 election and everything that came after that. That would be more relevant. Did you think he was the better choice than Kamala Harris, especially just opposed to the actions that he's taken so far?
yeah, I didn't really see much difference from her and like Joe Biden's view, especially since like separation previously. And yeah, I do think I didn't agree with the democratic policies and things like that being pushed specifically by the policy. I don't think she had enough time to express her views. I don't because she was just like put in, and she didn't have time to like articulate like what her like standards were and like her policies were, what she planned to do.
You know, the
Probably
only
because
people who say that she didn't articulate her views and didn't have enough time to do so are Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah, I looked at like the debates and like her uh policies on her website, and I was like unmotivated to think that this was something that could benefit
So you
America.
did see her policies, the 82-page document where she explained exactly what she wanted to do for the country and foreign relations.
Yeah, that was released like after her like inaugurate or her implementation into the Democratic primary or the
Yes, a good
Democratic.
portion of them, but many of the rallies that she held beforehand, she just copied and pasted the things she was already saying, some of that into the 82-page document on top of additional policies.
Oh yeah, when was she saying that when Joe Biden was running for president? When was she saying this is what she was going to do as president? Prior to
How is she supposed to
her
be saying what she was going to do for president when Joe
what you,
Biden was in the race at the time, running again for president?
yeah, you said most of these things she when I
When he dropped out,
specifically,
and that's when she started campaigning and going rally to rally. That's when she
yeah.
started putting forward her policy platform, which was then added into the 82-page document, particularly after the end of the DNC or the first week of the DNC, one of them, where everything else rolled out.
Okay, sure. So again, like I'm not sure like what part of the you think I'm disagreeing with. I'm not
Um,
sure.
well,
In my
it's not about
premise,
the disagreement. I'm simply like rebutting some of the things that you're saying. I want to go back to what
what
you
have you
specifically
rebutted? How can you rebut
what
an
you
opinion?
were saying, the things that you said in regards to her campaign and what she didn't do or did do, because that was incorrect.
How can you rebut an opinion? I didn't say what she did or didn't do.
What do you mean? How can I rebut an opinion? I would
Yeah,
rebut
I
an
said,
opinion, which is an opinion with information, correct information that would then make the opinion null and void. I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings, but I am saying objectively some of your opinions would be false.
oh, how can opinion on whether or not I'm motivated by someone's position be true or false?
Well, I didn't give a
That's
fact
because
on your
that's what I said.
motivation. I can't speak
Not
on your
sure if
motivation.
you
I
did
know where
hear
your
that.
motivation leaned. I gave a fact to your opinion on what she did, which fueled your motivation not to vote for her. So your motivation is your own, but the basis of said motivation to vote for Donald Trump was founded on misinformation. That's all I'm saying.
How so?
How so? I just gave some of those points. I can repeat myself. In fact, I want to go back really quickly to something you said in regards to that she didn't have enough time to articulate her platform, despite the fact that you mentioned reading her platform. So can you give me one of the policies of Kamala Harris that she ran off of?
Yeah, she said she was going to give like I don't know, like a tax credit of I forgot how much. It's been like what?
25K.
Yeah.
Talking about the small business one, the deduction, or the tax credit, particularly for home ownership, home
No,
buyers.
no, not for homeowners, for like children, like the child care.
Oh, the 3,600 tax credit, which specifically was 6,000 actually for the first year, and then goes down a couple years after.
So again, I'm not sure like how much you heard or like what you like thought I said and how you can rebut an opinion.
Well, I didn't rebut. I
But
asked you a question about her policy, and you just gave me
yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
earlier you said, right? You said you rebutted when I said I didn't have enough motivating reasons to believe that this is what I would support or like find in a candidate that would be beneficial to
Thank you,
the
guys.
United States.
I didn't. Again,
So
I can't
and then you
rebut your
said, well,
motivation.
I'm
I
getting
never
misinformation.
rebutted your motivation.
You've rebutted. Yeah, you say like your motivation is rooted in like misinformation.
Yes, the
So
basis of your motivation, which would be something I can rebut with objective fact, because your motivation was fueled off of opinions that were wrong, right? So the reason why I then asked you
how's
specifically
an
about a
opinion wrong?
policy based off of
Yeah,
what you said on this platform in regards to what she couldn't do, what she didn't put out. That's what I was talking about.
yeah. How is an opinion wrong? When I said my
Oh my
opinion
god.
was, yeah. Can you just answer that question? Are opinions objective or
I
subjective?
literally just explained it. I will repeat myself for the third time. Please listen closely to the words coming out of my mouth, okay?
Yeah, you said the reasons that you have opinion
Can
can
you
be
not
true or
just
false.
ask me to answer your question? I'm trying to answer your question.
Well, I heard what you said, but that's just like a straw man of what I'm of my position.
It's not. You keep asking me, how can I rebut an opinion? Your opinion for what motivated you to vote for Trump would be rooted in what you believed Kamala Harris did or didn't do, correct?
No,
Oh, all right.
that's not what I said.
Enlighten me. Enlighten me. It's not about what you said verbatim. Oh my goodness. Okay. Enlighten me
Yeah,
on
it's not what
where
I
the
said.
basis of your
Sorry, you're
opinions
trying to.
came from with Kamala Harris.
Sorry, your attempts at gotchas aren't
I'm
working.
not
And
attempting to gotcha.
sorry, the rhetoric you're using isn't
The
rhetoricking and
rhetoric
doing what you
I'm
think it's
using.
doing.
Okay. I
It's
want you
not
to
doing what
tell
you're
me,
doing.
let me make sure I'm not
Sorry.
misinterpreting you anymore. Okay. Clean slate. I want to give you the floor and I want you to tell me what your opinions on Kamala Harris were based on, the opinions that motivated you to vote for Trump. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just don't think like looking at these things were would be good for the United States. Like what and like how I feel like the way in the previous terms, like Donald Trump, I feel like it was my life was better under Donald Trump as opposed to Hillary Clinton, which Hillary Clinton didn't win, obviously, but I feel like it was better. So I gave the benefit of the doubt that aside from like not believing under that Kamala Harris's policy would be good for the United States and for the country. That was my opinion, and I didn't have motivating reasons because I don't believe that like her policies were motivating enough to be like, my opinion of her is that I should vote for her.
Okay,
That is
bam,
what I said.
bam, there it is. You didn't believe that her policies were motivating enough to vote for her.
Yeah.
And that would be an opinion, correct?
Yeah. So can motivating
So then I
reasons
asked you about the policies, correct?
can motivating reasons be true or false?
What?
Can motivating reasons be true or false?
True to you?
No, objectively true or false?
Objectively, true to you. It would be your whatever motivates you would be
motivating
objective
reasons
to
on whether or
you.
not
If
someone
we're talking
should-
about objective reality, no, which is why I never argued your motivation. You just said it again, and I know I'm not misinterpreting you now. You said you did not believe opinion that her policy platform was substantial enough to motivate you to vote for her. Yes or no?
Yeah, it was not motivating. So
Okay.
you said,
So then I then started to ask you about a policy platform. Better yet, before I even asked you for a specific policy, which to your credit, you did somewhat give me one, you started to say things about when her policy platform came out after following up with reading it. You then said that you didn't feel like it came out at a certain time where she was stalling. And then you mentioned something about her having a policy platform when Joe Biden was running, which wouldn't be a thing because then she wouldn't have known she was going to be running for president of the United States. That's the things that I've been tackling so far, right? I'm trying to narrow down the things that I can actually rebut, which would be the policy platform that you would have had issues with or not been fond of, because I cannot debunk or rebut your feelings. Does that make sense?
well, you said you could. You said
No,
you had
I
facts.
did not say that I could.
You said you had facts that would, and my reasoning was based on misinformation. And my so how can
Your reasoning on the policies, if you have reasonings that allow you to believe, like you said, that her policy platform wasn't good
how is a
or it
belief
didn't motivate you to vote for her, then
How
that's
is a
what I'm
belief
trying to get you to articulate here.
how is my belief based on misinformation based on like
You're
how I
repeating
think-
yourself for the fourth or fifth time when that is never something that I challenged. Let's move this conversation along.
did.
You mentioned a policy. Let's start with that. You mentioned a policy, which would be her child
So
tax
before-
credit, right?
before what I
Do you
said
think the
originally-
child tax credit is a good or a bad thing?
Just so you know, this is a complete pivot from.
It's really not. We're literally
what I
on
said.
track of the same
was my
conversation.
original
Can you
stance?
please tell me what you felt about her child tax credit?
Yeah, sure. After you tell me what my original position was.
Oh my God. We already went over this. We
not do
literally
that?
already went over this, my guy.
was-
How many
what was
times
the
do you
original
want me to
position?
repeat myself? How many
What was the
times do
original-
you have to repeat yourself? I understand what you're saying. I respond to what you're saying and I clarify my point. And then you take us right back to the beginning of this conversation 10 minutes
What
ago.
was the first thing I said in the conversation?
The first thing you said in the conversation? That you don't regret your vote. Actually, no, you never answered the question. Never mind. You never answered the question. I asked if you regret your vote,
see,
and you
rhetoric
said,
are
yeah,
using-
there's a lot of things that he's doing
rhetoric-
that I don't like. And then you immediately went back to 2016 election with Hillary Clinton. And then I had to bring us back to the 2024 election, the current one. I'm the one who had to do that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, your attempt at rhetoric when I was trying
attempt
to
at
make my
rhetoric.
original position.
I'm going to give you, okay,
Isn't
okay,
doing what
okay,
you think
okay,
it's doing.
okay. Hey, go ahead and tell me how wrong I am. Please tell me what your original point was and how I deviated off of it.
Yeah, I was. So now, are we ready to have a linear dialectic here, or are we just going to continue to tangent off of irrelevant points?
I literally just asked you to go ahead and tell me what you were
I'm just
just
asking
whining
you a
about,
question.
which is
Weird.
what you started the conversation with. Tell me what you started the conversation with so then we can all be on the same page. Does that make sense?
clear and
If
not
we're
have a
not on the
two-headed
same
thing.
page, we can't have a conversation. So I'm trying to bring us back on the same path, starting off with me responding accurately to what you opened up the conversation with. Is that not fair? You can tell me now what you
Not
said.
being linear, so your attempt at rhetoric isn't doing what you think it's doing.
You can keep crying about the fucking rhetoric, and then every single time I try to bring us back to the conversation that you want to have, the conversation that you requested up to have, you just keep whining. Just tell me what your original point was. Tell me how I missed it, and then we can start over this entire thing.
Yeah. So since like your attempt at like the rhetoric, because like every time I try to bring it up, you go to tangents.
Are you gonna keep fucking crying, my guy? Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
Just to be clear, I'm giving like recap of what's happening and why it's
I
like
don't need your
impossible.
recap. I need you to cite what you kept
linear
crying about.
conversation.
Cite what you kept crying about. You said I missed your original point and I went off of rhetoric. Cite what your original point was. Why is this so hard?
Yeah, because with
I don't care. I don't care about the because. Just answer the question. Cite what your original point was.
I am.
Cite what your original point was. Please, I'm waiting.
Which question? You asked
What do you mean, which question? You just said I went off of your original point and I started with rhetoric. So tell me the original point and we can go from there.
Yeah. So yeah, you said, are you going to quit crying about like being like saying I'm using rhetoric and blah 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 blah? Which question would you like me to answer? That question or the previous question? This is why linear conversation dialectic can't happen if you're bringing up tangential points that have no bearing on the conversation.
Hey, random guy. Random guy, I'm in a good mood today, okay? I'm in a very good mood today. I want to keep it that way. So I'm going to repeat myself for the 5th time.
I'm going to have, okay.
The 5th time. The question that I want you to answer is the question Hey, random guy. The question that I want you to ask, the one you just kept complaining that I'm not pinpointing, the question that I want you to answer is the question that you kept talking about, which you...
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Trump supporters request up in the box you the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Days like today, I understand why for some people it's really hard not to call people the R word. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Days like today, with guests like that, I understand exactly why it's so hard for people not to say the R word. I'm not justifying it. I'm simply saying I understand. Oh my God. Double tap the screen. There's 482 people in here. We're only at 24,000 likes. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark. Let's get that screen. Let's get the goddamn likes up. Get the goddamn likes up. Tap up the screen. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Every single time I would clarify my position, he would go back to point one and repeat the same thing. We then get over that. He'd go back to point one. Then he'd complain about my rhetoric. I'm good. Guys, double tap that screen till the heart bar gets full. If you're not following me, hit that follow button on the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST, after 3 p.m. CST. I know I'm late today, and randomly throughout the week. Upon doing so, also send your daily heart me's. Helps us boost us out in the FYP. Knock out the little gift goes. We have a couple more finger hearts there. Feel free to knock that out. That pushes out in the FYP. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add it to your story. I know you know someone who needs to hear this information. So better yet, do all the good things to get it out there. Finally, check out the links in the bio for the best ways to support the platform. I do want to let you know, I think Cash App for some reason last night put a block on. So that's not going to be available for today. No Cash App today. If you want to support the platform, the best ways to do so is going to be Venmo and PayPal. Hector Talks with 2 R's and PayPal Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Those of you over on the tube side, welcome into the show Defending Indefensible. This is episode 39. Need you guys to do a couple things as well. Please hit the like button on your way in or on your way out. Subscribe, turn on notification bells, and again, super chat or super sticker if you'd like to support. Whew, yes, Cash App has been weird lately. I've never got like a limit. I get most of my donations through Venmo, so I guess that's why I never had to deal with it. So that was weird. We had people trying to donate last night and it wouldn't let them do it. I'm like, not you fucking pocket watching. Not Cash App pocket watching. Like, nah, you made too much money off of this, which is not even too much. It's based off the sheer amount of donators because I didn't even make that much. Most of it's through Venmo. Anyway. Okay, there we go. Phone lines are open. Those of you on the tube side, if you're going to cry about it, because I see a couple of the comments. 737-295-5321. I feel like I've been extremely patient and extremely respectful because what was that? Oh, yeah. Let me get my back up in here. Woo! That was test. What up, nigga? Let me drink my... Is that how you just open up conversations?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Can you turn your camera on?
Hell no.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
Because you a bitch?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
I don't know about positive. If you were positive, you turn your camera on.
So why do you not support Trump?
So you're not going to turn your camera on?
No, I'm trying to debate you.
I mean, I'm debating you with my camera on. Or I'm about to.
That's fine.
Okay. Are you black?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not.
And you just thought I was just going to let you come up here and talk like that to me? Is that how you thought this was going to go? You got the invite sent. Turn your camera on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Hey, nigger.
3, 2, 1, 0. Look at you. Being a whole bitch. Swaggy, did you vote for Trump?
Fuck no, nigga. Fuck that shit.
I see what this is. Guys, follow the backup account. Follow the backup account. That's the account that we're going to be using for streams often, alternating between this one and this one. Just want to get some more follows on it. I see what this is, by the way. I just want to let y'all know I know what's happening right now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I know what's happening. It's not going to happen. I know what they're trying to do. It's not going to happen. This is the problem when black people say that they're in a good mood. I should have never said that. I should have never, ever, ever said that. Black people, stop saying you're in a good mood in public. These people hate black joy, okay? They hate black joy. Don't say it. Gotta stop saying it. I should have said I'm in the worst mood possible. That's what I should have done. Instead, I went and gave it away. Now their sole purpose is to try and test my patience. Better yet, I may have hit somebody's Discord. I may have triggered somebody's Discord.
Hello.
Ambrosia Salad, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did in the last term, and I completely regret it.
Okay. Why is that?
There are many reasons. I think at the time I was swayed by my family. I thought that was the right thing to do. Now, 2 years, however long it's been since I made that stupid decision, I have done extensive research. I have, read the files. I have compared them with other things. I'm just completely disgusted with my own decision, and I don't have a way to pay penance for that, but I definitely regret it.
I think you do, but I'm curious. What would you say if you were to give me one thing specifically, one of the big driving factors in your vote for Trump in 2024?
Honestly, I think it was just my family influence. And then he was also, that was, the time of COVID where he was, giving money away, So I think that kind of swayed me a little bit, and I've had to go back and rehash that fact that my integrity cannot be bought anymore. Hence why
That's a verse.
Hence why I regret my decision astronomically. I regret it, because he claimed he was not going to start any new wars. He has done just that. He's going to be sending our who knows how long this is going to last if he's allowed to stay in this position that he's in.
I do want to go back and say this, and you probably already know this, just in case anyone in the audience doesn't. In regards to the stimulus checks, that is something touted around by many people as a reason to say that Trump was for them. Obviously, stimulus checks was not something decided by the president. That was something decided by Congress in light of a global pandemic. And then I guess the biggest ones, or the biggest package actually would have been passed. Well, not the stimulus package, but the biggest package overall for COVID would have been passed under the Biden administration. But I think you already know that, so it's good. I'm just saying that for the chat. You mentioned your family influence being the biggest factor, and I understand that, but you have to be an adult, right?
Of course.
So I would imagine that your family influence would have resonated with something that you felt personally. And if that's something that you don't believe now, so be it. But what exactly would you say your family influence touched on that also led you to vote that way? And if it's too personal, it's none of your business, something you're not ashamed of, that's fine.
Sure.
That's fine. But I'm just asking.
I think that it was mainly like my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law was like, if you don't vote for Trump, you know, like there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Trump derangement syndrome. He's the best person for this country. Blah 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 blah. All that stuff. So over the last couple of years, like I've developed spiritually, like and intelligently. Like, you know, I graduated college in 2025. That alone was enough for me to gather enough information, you know, learning about GDP, all of that stuff. I'm a finance girl. So with sorry, that was my son in the background. My bad. So with all that being said, having gained the knowledge that I did through just an associate's degree, I came to the conclusion that that was a no. That was not a good decision.
Okay. I want to go back to something that you said, particularly in regards to your integrity. What did you say about integrity? I forgot what it was.
Integrity can. So I think I felt like I was allowing my integrity to be bought.
Yes.
Because of the, you know, the stimulus packages and things like that. They would call it the when's Daddy Trump gonna send a check type thing, you know. So everybody, and just for a little bit of context, I'm in an area.
Hey, shut up, B. No one's on her ass. Do you feel like I'm on your ass right now?
Oh no, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
I'm asking
good.
questions. Get the fuck out.
No,
your
we're
feelings,
good. We're
B.
having an
weirdo.
intelligent conversation. Like I'm totally comfortable. You're good.
That's what I wanted to go back to. You said you no longer allow anyone to buy your vote, and that is a very powerful thing to say. I want to acknowledge that. W's to you. That is super important. I'm glad you found the light. Feel free to keep coming back around. I thank you for showing up in the stream and sharing that, because I literally opened up my stream by saying, who wants to take bets on no Trump supporters regretting the vote today? We're not talking to them. And two people in, here you are. So I should have taken that damn bet.
I want to mention something else.
Yeah,
so
sure.
In this, I have also, like, I'm a single mother, of course. You know, there's a lot of single mothers in the world. I have vowed, like, just to stop dating, because I felt that I was like picking values like from my past, and I was just not picking very good men, right? Well, on this list of standards that I have is that they cannot be a Trump supporter. Okay. I jumped in another guy's live, and he was talking about how...
Thank you, Mighty Pen, for the jewels.
It was Darren Slater. I jumped in his live, and I spoke with him about the origination of racism, and, you know, he was able to give me some good facts, and then I looked into what he was about, and I was like, oh, hell no. This ain't it. But he did still give me some great information. Well, a man from that live, you know, decided to come into my inbox, and, you know, I've been alone for 3 years. I was like, let me entertain this. This is, you know, whatever, maybe some connection. He's a Trump supporter. And I immediately, when he, well, I actually knew it before he told me. And then I was immediately just like, nope, I can't do this. And I blocked him. Like, I couldn't do it. Absolutely not. I cannot be with anybody that supports Trump. I can't do anything with anybody that supports Trump anymore.
I would say that's the best path forward. I do appreciate you coming up. I do want to get back to the show. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing
Have
your
a good
story.
day.
And big W's to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Can we get some W's in the chat to Ambrosia here? W's in the chat to Ambrosia. W's in the chat to Ambrosia. Continue to tap the screens to get the likes up to 100K and beyond. 490 people in here. Do all the things. Archie, did you vote for Trump? Oh, my dirty chai is fire this morning. Archie, you were sent an invite to unmute. Did you vote for Trump?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to come up. I was just tapping.
Got you. No problem. Can you do me a favor really quick before I drop you down?
Sure.
Can you tell people to tap the goddamn screen?
Not in those words, but please tap the screen. Tap, 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 tap.
I'll take it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
I forget some of y'all are, the Christians. Yeah, let me not have y'all take your Lord's name in vain. My fault. Lil Slugger, did you vote for Trump? Lil Slugger, did you vote for Trump? Guys, please look down on the box there, and if you don't see a pink and blue figure person, that means you're in the request. If you're in the request, you should be a Trump supporter. You should be a Trump supporter or someone who regrets your vote, right? Those, you have to be a Trump supporter who stands on your vote or a Trump supporter who regrets it. Otherwise, you should not be in the guest request. Let's keep these things going. I do have some thank yous here to read off. W's in the chat to Facts. Starting off with the first dono for the $25 Venmo. $25 Venmo. Y'all are doing this on purpose, bro. Y'all are trying to test me on purpose. I swear it. Or you're a friendly. If you're a friendly, just drop down. W's in the chat to Facts Don't Matter for the $25 Venmo. The White Guilt Fund needs a reboot. The White Guilt Fund needs a reboot, and Facts Still Matter had it started, guys. Some of you will be covered for a little while. W's in the chat to you, Facts. W's in the chat to you. Big thank yous to you. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to Ren for the $5 Venmo. I guess these are substitutions for the other word. I have a couple myself, but may I suggest the following? Bottleneck, ignoramus, slacken, decelerated person. I don't know, just spitballing. All of those are good ones. All of those are good ones. W's in the chat to you, Ren. Thank you so much. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Olive for the $3 Venmo. How much to pay to have you in Soul Glow debate? Debate what? The fuck are you talking about, Olive? Debate what? Olive just being messy. W's in the chat to Olive. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Cash App is down, so you can use the Venmo and PayPal. Hector Talks with 2 R's or Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. Thank you for the jewels over there as well. Looks like we have a good bit of people viewing over there, so hit the like button on the YouTube stream. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone. Oh, no, phone lines are already open. 737-295-5321 if you're over on the Tube side and you have an issue with anything I've said, which you barely heard anything I've said. We've barely gotten into anything. The first guy was weird. And I see my moderators sending out the invite, so I know you guys are here. I see you in the chat. I see you guys saying stuff like the Keystone Pipeline affected gas prices. I see you guys saying stuff like Sleepy Joe Biden got the world into wars. I see you guys saying stuff like Donald Trump hasn't been held civilly liable of the sexual assault of a woman with 26 other allegations behind him and a long-standing history of being disgusting towards women, following up with the fact that he's a convicted felon, 34 counts of fraud. Oh, you guys didn't say that. I was just spitballing. I keep saying this, though. The fact that I'm still arguing with people that he's a convicted felon is ridiculous. You have the people who just act like that never happened, and then you have the other groups of people that say, the Supreme Court's gonna appeal it. No, they haven't. They're not. And he can't pardon himself from a conviction. It's not how that works. Nice try, though. With that being said, hold on, what is this here? See? Nope, all propaganda. Please feel free to tell me what propaganda I have spit on this platform, other than recycling their own talking points. You have proof? Ian, you're probably not intelligent enough to actually engage in a conversation with me, but I'm super curious as to why you have your phone number in your bio. He has his phone number
God bless you.
in his bio. Thank you, Valerie, for the coral gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like, I'm actually, we're going to get to Trump, but I'm like more interested in why you have your full-blown phone number in your bio. Ian, you accepted an invite. You pressed the yes button to come up on the panel. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? You're typing in the chat right now. Ian, are you doing strange things in the background? Ian, can you answer this in the chat? Where is your right hand right now? My fault. You could be left-handed. Where's your left hand right now? Do you just like the sound of my voice, Ian? Ian, while I don't knock anyone's kinks, I do have a show to run here, and I sent you an invite up to talk about Trump. Since you're incapable of doing that, oh, never mind. He dropped himself.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I told y'all not stealing my fucking joy today. I told y'all not stealing my fucking joy today. It's not happening. It's not happening. I will not crash out today, bro. In fact, hold on. You know, it's very good when you set goals to visualize them, right? It's very good to visualize your goals. So here's what I'm going to do. This is going to be my reminder to myself that not a single one of you fucks are going to get to me today. Hold on. What did the spiritual girlies call it? Manifesting. Hold on. Let me manifest it right here. There we go. Yep. YouTube, you can't see it. I put up a text on the chat. I will not crash out today. Hey, Zen, right? Zen. Home. I will not crash out today. Nope. Y'all won't get me. It won't happen. You try, you will fail. To the people who say, please crash out in the comments, y'all don't ever give me please crash out money, so fuck you. Trump supporters request up. I want to know why you don't regret your vote. A large portion of you do, but I'm seeing a growing number of instances where people are, as displayed by one of the young ladies that just came up. W's to Ambrosia. What exactly is it that's keeping you on the MAGA train? I would like to think, if I believe something is good, I believe something is pure, I believe something is substantial, I believe something is worth it, then they would give me evidence. They would leave me a trail of crumbs to stay on that train, to stay on that belief system, to stay on that path. For some reason, every time I look at this alleged trail of y'all's, it looks like quicksand. So I don't know what it is. And I don't like to assume things. One thing about me, I don't like to assume things. I like to ask a lot of questions to get down to the bottom of it. So I'm not going to tell you what I think it is. I want to ask you directly. I want you to tell me what the Trump administration is doing so well, so exceptional, that warrants your continued support for him over a year into his mediocre first year, second term. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Thank you for guys for the hashtags. MAGA has bruised knees. Listen, and that's okay. Listen, if that's how you get down, that's how you get down. I just wish you wouldn't be like self-hating and you do it. That's the problem with like gay MAGA. They're like self-hating when they do it, where they shit on this group and then they leave out this group. And I'm like, they don't like you, bro. They don't like you. They think you're the reason why their birth rates are declining. They don't like you. What are we talking about? Oh, I've been calling them nussies, right? I've been calling them nussies. What are we talking about? W's in the chat to... Oh, I lost it. God damn it. W's in the chat to... I'm just going to say... Cox. C-O-X. Chill out. Y'all chill out. For the $5 PayPal, notice how all the bigots dropping the N-bomb all support a certain person. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You know what's crazy? Panel after panel, you'll hear the blaggers and sometimes white people when they have the audacity. Gas is $4.13. It's $4.62 here. I filled up last night. It was $4.62, which was up 60 cents in the last couple of days. So yeah. W's in chat to you, Cox. The crazy thing about, like, again, blaggers and the white people that come up and tout their shit, right? They'll come up and they'll say, "Oh, you know who started the Triple K?" And it's a ridiculous argument. And then I respond with, "Can you tell me what Democrat is flying around the Confederate flag? Can you tell me what party was endorsed by the Triple K? Can you tell me what party president posted a certain group of people on monkeys?" We could have a conversation about the Democratic Party being racist. I'm going to need you to give me evidence. I'm talking about the party, right? There's a difference between party or party position, because that's where you guys get it fucked up. There's a difference between party position and racist existing in the party. The party position of Republicans, the platform, one of the prerequisites, one of the standards is racism. Just want to let you guys know that. It is racism. Democrats fight with racism internally and externally. Republicans stand on it. That's the difference. And that's why Y'all can't seem to get a substantial amount of votes for the last 60 years or whatever shit that you keep touting around. But yeah, the people who vote for Trump come up and say stuff like that. It is what it is. Yeah, they don't know shit about the Dixiecrats. They don't. W's in the chat to you, Cox. W's in the chat to Mason for the $5 Venmo. You are the one somehow who got me to create a TikTok account. I'm Taffy Man. You in here? You in here, Taffy? You in here, Taffy? Now you're gonna get to hear the now you're gonna get to hear the drop music if we get an opportunity to even use it today. To be fair, like I said, we're gonna test out what Erica said. I'm gonna play it. What's up, man? We're gonna play it, and then I'll just edit out later, just so everyone can experience it. And if we get a copyright strike, we're gonna sue Erica. So that's the rules. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Isabel for the $2 PayPal. Happy Saturday. Much love, homie. Thank you so much, Isabel. Isabel's always just sending kind words. Isabel's just always sending kind words. Thank you so much, Isabel. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Ren once again for the $2 Venmo. I will send you. Y'all, we have a deal here. We have a deal here by Ren. Okay, here's the deal. We have a deal here by Ren. Ren said, "I will send you $50 if you don't crash out. Love, your moker." Alrighty. It's been set. I will be $50 richer at the end of this stream if I don't crash out. And I'm a motherfucking capitalist. Okay. Kind of. It's been set. Does anyone want to match? Does anyone want to match Ren? Does anyone want to match Ren? I just want to say, does anyone want to match Ren? Who wants to match Ren? Bring Montana up. Hey, Cherry, I'm going to bring you up because you know damn well Montana's not in my request. And you wouldn't get up there as well. What are we doing? I knew it, you capitalist. Nah, because you ain't going to get the 50? Not you sleeping on Ren. You don't know Ren. Ren is about that business. Ren is a good... What are you talking about?
Hey.
I'm going to let Ren defend
I just want to say
himself.
something.
Yes.
I just want to say something really quick, then I'm going to drop down. Hi, hello, everyone. All right, I say make it 100, but then also no co-host. All right? Because what happens is if you have a co-host, all right, you get to feed off of your co-host. So, like, sometimes I get to quell your crash outs. I can stop them. Like, you know what I mean? I can stop your crash outs. I've done it before, right?
Okay.
That wouldn't be fair to Ren and their money. So, with that being said, no co-host.
Okay.
Okay, bet.
Okay. Bet money. Not Erica saying I'm incapable of stopping my crash outs without assistance. Erica's so anti-Hector, it's crazy. I'm not going to say she anti-black. She just anti-Hector. Real, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, what's going on? Yes, I did.
Fantastic. 1 second. Expo, they was talking shit.
Well, here's the thing. You didn't read the Venmo I sent after that.
I didn't?
No, you didn't. So that counts towards Erica's live, too. Mr.
You don't even know if I'm going to Erica's live.
Girl, please.
You don't know if I'm going to Erica's live. But fine, no problem. I can do that. I won't crash out on this live. I won't crash out on Erica's live if I'm there. Okay? Shit. Say less. Say less. And thank you for the additional $1. That's what it was. Did I miss everything? No, I got everything. Okay. Say fucking less. Okay. Okay. Y'all go see what black people do for their money today. Y'all go see what black people do for their money today.
I'm just here to deconstruct and pay my reparations. So.
Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for coming up, Expo. All right. On to you, Real. Real, are you a black man?
Yeah.
I want to ask you something. Listen, no matter what side of the political... I'm so fucking stupid. No matter what side of the political aisle we're on, we're brothers we're brothers in blackness, right? We're brothers in blackness. So I want to ask you, as a brother in blackness, whatever words come out of your mouth next, whatever your defense is for your vote for Trump, don't make me crash out, okay? There's money on the line here, okay? Don't make me crash out. That's all I ask, bro. That's all I ask, bro. Can we at least do that, nigga to nigga? Can we at least do that?
Nigga to nigga, yeah, we can do that.
I respect that. Thank you so. I respect that, bro. Fine, never mind. They're saying I'm cheating. Say whatever you want. Okay. Do you regret your vote?
No, I would say I don't because I voted for him because he has a DSL.
You voted for him because he has DSL.
Yeah.
The acronym is lost to me. What do you mean?
Dick sucking lips. I think that's just an admirable trait to see in politicians, honestly, these days.
Do you think I have dick sucking lips?
I would say you're halfway there.
I'll take it.
I
Trump supporters request up in the box here the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. He said he was going to let me crash out. He honored that at least. He honored that at least. Chuck, did you vote for Trump? Chuck, did you vote for Trump? I don't think Chuck knows he's on this platform. Oh, is that why that person said that? Montana is here? Ew. Ew. She'll never request up, so I don't know why y'all are engaging with her. She would never request up. We know these maggots stay in their safe spaces. T-Bone, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, brother Hector.
Do you know me?
What now? I might think I was on a live with you. Don't you know Erica?
Yes.
Yeah, you were lampooning me the other day, the last couple of days, I believe.
I don't lay things in I don't say anybody. I was doing what to you?
Lampooning me.
Oh.
Lampooning me, bro. But yeah. If I keep talking, I was supposed to come back yesterday. I mean, it's not too many brothers that are named Hector. I was supposed to come back yesterday with some specific laws that they passed.
Oh yeah, you were. Do you have them?
No, not right. I mean, Hector, I don't have them. My daughter had called me yesterday. That's why she FaceTime. That's why I had to get off.
God bless you.
There's somewhere, right? But the thing about it is, Hector, it's like all I did was, I don't like doing that, but I pulled them up on Chat GPT, bro. When Biden and Obama, I mean, yeah, bro, I know all you have to do is pull them up. It was several laws and initiatives. I will concede this point. On most of them, what you said, and I know you pulled that up as well, was true about they just extended the prevailing laws and added them specifically to them. You made that point, so I concede that point. But they also did pass laws and initiatives, white collar initiatives, through executive orders for specific groups. Like I remember one was the Asian Pacific Islander.
Thank you, Rachel, for the Lucky Leprechaun
initiative. So yes, I mean they did do that, Hector. And you know, a question I have for you: Have you ever read? I know you heard of him, but have you ever read Franz Fanon, Blackface, White Mask?
No.
Well,
Blackface, White Mask?
Yeah, it's called Blackface, White Mask. You know, when I hear you talk, I understand your perspective as far as you're looking at it from my perception as being an American, right? Because, you know, I stay in the hallways. I don't get on here much. These are the only lives I do get on now. What I can't understand about your perspective is this, right, Hector? Which is I agree with it if I want to put myself in the shoes of an American. What I don't understand is I know there's always been two Americas. Their America, or white America, and a black America. So that's why I don't agree with basically anything you say when you put yourself in those shoes of just an American, right? I don't, that's why I don't understand you. So put it like this, Hector. When people talk about what America has done, like during World War II, to the countries in Central South America, to the, countries all over the world, I totally agree with them because America has. That's not my America. Black people had no power and have relatively little power today, right? So I do make a distinction.
Okay. Do you think I'm up here advocating for an America that would exclude black people?
No, not at all. That's why I said that you are putting, for me hearing you speak, not just this one time, you are looking at the world through the prism of an American, and I just don't understand how you can, because they don't consider you as an American. And black people has traditionally, until relatively recently, had any power at all. We have very little now, and until relatively recently, we basically had none. So that's why I don't.
Do you know how we
When I
got
hear,
to the position that we are now to get some of the powers that you're referencing?
of course, yes, of course, I'm listening. Okay,
So
I'm walking with
everything
you.
that I would say and do and advocate for would be on behalf of those actions. It would be on behalf of the Democratic Party or the individuals specifically in the Democratic Party that are pushing for policies that equally benefit all Americans to the degree it should have from the jump. We understand this country has been historically anti-black, will continue to be anti-black. I'm advocating for the people in said party that is trying to undo that, that is trying to represent a more equitable America through the things they advocate for, policies, tax reform, so on, so forth. So I'm a little confused as to how you disconnect my view of America from yours, because we're all talking
Uh,
about the same.
okay, and okay, you're probably familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and see that's why I really enjoy listening to you. Don't get me wrong when you speak as an American, and I wish I could place myself in that position because everything you say makes sense to me.
Are you
It's
in the
really
United
rational.
States?
Yes, I am.
Were you born here in the
It,
United States?
come on, brother. I get what you said. My
You
point is
just,
this.
I don't know why you disconnecting yourself from being American. What are we doing?
Okay, it's because again, you're speaking from a point of view and from my perception of things are fair and from a position of power, as if we have power.
No, no, I am not speaking from a position of things being fair. That doesn't exist. Never equitably
Oh,
for black people ever. What about anything that I've ever said is me speaking from a place of America as fair, especially for black people?
okay,
No.
okay,
That's
okay,
that's that's the that's the point. That's why I lean where I lean.
okay. And this is still relevant, right? Like when I spoke the other day on Mrs. Erica, and I apologize. I'm just that's the term respect. It's just how I was raised. Okay, when I made this point on Mrs. Erica's live about Latinos and how I agree with Trump is doing. Okay, as far as his immigration, I gave my various reasons. To me, one of the problems about speaking as American is, and I'm referencing Dr. Claude Anderson, like he said, the last 400 years, we have been the only minority group over here in the United States, right?
Yes. And
Basically.
he talks about the fact
Okay.
that if things stay on the same trajectory, we can become a super minority. Yeah.
Uh, 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 yeah. So this is the thing. Remember what else he said that if we barely got anything as the only minority in 400 years, what do you think we're going to get when we're the fourth largest minority? And see, that goes directly to this. And this is why I don't understand. My brothers and sisters seem like they don't realize this. Whenever we're talking about Hispanics or Latinos, generally we're talking about people who come mainly from Central and South America. They were colonized by the Spaniards or another group of Europeans who were extremely racist and bigoted and biased and still are today, right? They have a whole Costa system based on color and so forth and so on. They are the exact identical, if not worse, than the British were or the English, right? So all of them people coming over here, they don't like us,
You think
and they're just as bigoted and racist.
people of Hispanic descent from the South Americas and whatnot are the same as their colonizers, which in part would be United States actions over there, white people.
No, the Spanish, brother, the Spaniards who colonized Central and South America.
Okay, and why are you trying to put that on the victims of that colonization?
No, I am speaking about the culture that the Spaniards imposed on them and that they have fully embraced, which is a racist and a bigoted culture. And the point that I'm making is none of them like us. They're no better than the racist, bigoted white Americans.
Where the fuck is Joey when you need him? That would be wrong.
Okay.
While their community, I'm sure, like every other, also has a issue with anti-blackness. That is not something exclusive to them.
Oh,
You
okay.
using that
That's
as
the
an
point I
example to
just
say
made.
that they're all of these things, but no, that's disingenuous. And then I would not use the actions of a few in your anecdotal experiences, or even something that we could reflect broadly, to make a stance on reducing or eliminating immigration here into the United States for the protection of Black people.
One, I'm not using my anecdotal experiences, and I'm not even talking about individuals specifically. I'm gonna reiterate this. I don't care if they're from Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, anywhere in Central South America,
If
or
we're
the
gonna make an
Caribbean.
argument that
Their
anti-blackness that's in any culture is a reason that you can't come to the United States, then nobody would come to the United States.
No, brother. That's the point that I was making, is in reference to what I was speaking about initially, that we have all of these people coming over here, right? And we're speaking and fighting on their behalf, whether it's you, I'm not saying that you are, or the multitude of other Black people in the United States, right? And I believe that is working against our own interests, for the simple fact the culture that they come from are full and replete of anti-Blackness. As soon as they become a voting bloc, which they are now, as exemplified by Jasmine Crockett, they will not vote for our interests, nor will they vote for American interests. They will vote for their ethnic group interests, brother. And they have reflected and shown that time and time again.
That would be incorrect on so many factors. We're going to get back to that in a second. W's in the chat to Above Infinity for the $5 super chat. Guess you are not an intellectual. Stop it. I'm just the messenger. I'm just reading donos. Thank you so much, Above Infinity. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to Mason for the $2 Venmo. Bro, by taking the non-crash out bet, you are allowing others to come on to intentionally try to crash you out. I don't think that's what this guest is trying to do, but I knew they would test me today. Goddamn Ren. W's in the chat to you, Mason. W's in the chat to Tino for the $5 Venmo. I need some ranch dressing to go with that word salad the guy just gave you. Fuck.
Hector.
I'm just the messenger. W's in the chat to you. Yes.
No, I definitely not trying to. You and Erica, I congratulate and support y'all, even if I disagree with y'all, because y'all are good reflections of our people. And I'm glad people are showing y'all a lot of support. I will, even if I disagree with y'all.
Appreciate that. Guys, best way to support the platform is going to be links in the bio. PayPal and Venmo. Cash App is down right now. Hector Talks with 2 R's, or Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the Tube side, you can send a super chat or a super sticker. Let's get the likes up to 200K and beyond. We have 583 people watching. Let's keep these conversations going. Share out the live with your friends and family. Repost, add it to your story. Let's knock out the little 5 coin gift goal there. We have 34 more of those left. And send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. Obviously, hit that follow button in the top left corner if you haven't already. We're live every Saturday after 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Okay, so you said that they will always vote in their own best interests, as shown in the race with Jasmine and Crockett. Why I find that interesting is because we don't even have the demographics out yet, or at least that I've seen, that would show an overwhelming number of them voted for James Tallarico over Jasmine Crockett. However, I can estimate specifically with Latino men, that's probably the case. But Latino women, kind of like what they did in the 2024 election when Kamala Harris also stood with Black women. There you fucking are, Joey. So I'm curious as to why you thought that, especially considering that you said they would be voting in their best interests, and we know that the Trump administration is not in the best interest of the Latino community, particularly in regards to undocumented migrants, which is also threatening legal migrants in the racial profiling that the Supreme Court justice upheld, and the way so many of them have been detained and almost deported even.
Well, I am in Texas.
I am also in Texas.
Okay, so in Dallas, Dallas is comprised of
I'm also
roughly
in Dallas.
40,
That's crazy.
42. Okay,
God bless you.
42. Man, who keeps doing that, man? 42%
Thank you,
Hispanic.
Terry.
We both know this. You can't win anything in Dallas, San Antonio, and even Houston without Latino support, right? Without
Sure.
Hispanic support. Uh, I can't pull it up right now. I only have my one device, my phone. Uh, but I will say this: I haven't seen the percentages yet. I'm basing it off of that, and not basing it off of what I've seen a multitude of Hispanics come online and social media speaking about Jasmine Crockett. It's just in other races in Texas and just their actions in general around the country when it comes to any African American and our need for support or our cries for help. The problem, I land with this, Hector, the problem has never been with us. The problem has always been with every other group. The problem has never been with us. It's always been with every other group. If they would have supported her in any significant fashion, she would have won.
Sure. Do you think I'm going to follow up with because they didn't? I don't want them here, that they don't have the rights to experience the same thing that we do in the United States? Like my gripes
right,
with
brother?
them is not going to make me say, fuck them.
Okay, I understand. Why do you think that's a good question? Why do people think they have the right to come over here and live? Why? I'm being sincere with that question. I've never asked that to. Why do people think they have the right to come over here and live
The right
and work
to come over
and have a
here and
life?
live. Shit. Hold on. Is it part of this bet I can't let Joey up? Was that a part of the fucking bet that I couldn't have a co-host? Goddamn
Now,
bastards.
let somebody
Uh,
up, brother. I mean, you can crash out. I don't take it
I
personal,
gotta
bro.
double check. I gotta double check with the
enjoy your
person who
life.
made the bet. I gotta see. Um. So what? When we talk about the rights, I'm simply saying, obviously, I guess not a legal sense outside of what's permitted under the law, but I'm just saying it's the land of opportunity. It's the greatest countries in the world. People are going to want to come here for that reason. I have no. What's the purpose of being exclusionary towards certain demographics because of this anti-blackness that you're referencing? I'm never going to vote for a policy that says less Latinos because of the negative experiences that I've had with Latinos. Because I also know, especially under the Trump administration, that would negatively impact Haitians, Sudanese, Congolese, and other black people from across the world as well.
Okay, just for conversation's sake, I'm gonna try to briefly eliminate even the color aspect from it. Okay, even if you eliminate the color aspect from it, why does if I build a society, right, or group or one or two groups of people build a society from the bottom up, and they say, okay, we're going to limit the amount of people who can come in, but other people have the opportunity. We will grant you the opportunity to come and live and contribute to this society. Does that mean that everyone else, just because they want to come, have a right to come?
I guess they would have a right. Everyone would have a right to come under the law. They would have a right to come here and immigrate legally. They would have a right to claim asylum. So yes, and then the vetting process would determine if they can stay. I'm a little confused as to what your point is. Really quickly,
Okay.
Joey, I just want to let you know your only job up here is to speak to whatever you want to speak to and try to make me crash out. You cannot calm me down. There's the rules. Okay, go ahead.
I'm interested. I don't know what's going on, but I'll find out, I guess.
Somebody said they're gonna throw me $50 if I don't crash out in my live, and then Erica's live later, so I can't crash out. Otherwise, I'm gonna be $50 broker, not broker, but I'm not gonna get $50 more. And one thing about me, I'm gonna get my money, so that's why.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example right now. I've taken color out of it. Okay, my dad gave me an example. He said that even poor people don't want to live around other poor people, right? He said the problem happens when the poor people move into upper class or middle class neighborhoods. That's not the problem. The problem is typically they bring their bad habits with them, right? They don't want to change and conform to where they go to. They want to change where they go to the exact same thing where they came
What
from.
would immigrants need to change or conform into upon coming to the United States?
I will give you one simple example. The language. One simple, significant thing. Okay, no, Eric, I'm gonna give you you're from Texas. I know if you haven't experienced this, I know you know someone who has in San Antonio. Brother, in a lot of jobs, if you don't speak Spanish, even as the only language, you're not gonna get a chance or opportunity for the job. If you're not bilingual,
If that
brother, hang
job
it up.
specifically requires you to interact with all demographics or demographics that are overrepresented in the business, then yes, there would be positions opened where you had to be bilingual. I don't know why you're trying to apply that to the United States, which has a multitude of people, a multitude of languages, and compare that to a private institution doing what's necessary for its business.
Brother, you can't. I'm pretty confident in saying that you cannot tell me of any other group besides Hispanics or people who speak the Spanish language who have any significant economic influence or political influence in the United States of America, where a lot of them only speak Spanish, brother. It's not the
Asian
Germans, it's not the
Americans?
Japanese. Okay, so you're telling me there are places where they only speak Mandarin or they only speak Japanese, where you can't get a job if you don't speak those particular language in significant numbers?
Hold on. Wait. No, there's no place in the United States where you can't get a job if you can't only speak. Wait, now I'm confused.
Same.
Okay,
There go
you
Joey.
made an
Chill
argument
out.
about job positions that would require someone to be bilingual, right?
Or only speak Spanish. Or only speak Spanish, brother.
What job is that?
I would like
Brother,
to.
they have plenty of. You said you would like to know.
Because you said bilingual. Now we're going to only.
I also said you might have skipped. You might not have heard that. I said also only, brother.
Also
in
only.
San
Okay, well, I was talking about the
Antonio-
bilingual part. So you're saying there's a place in these parts of Texas where you can't get a job there if you speak any other language than Spanish.
Yes, brother. And somebody in the comments said that's not true. Apparently, they have never been to San Antonio. There are a multitude of jobs in construction, and when I can't say construction, I don't just mean your manual laborers. If you can't speak Spanish, a lot of the guys that you see working on 35 and I-10, constructing the interstate highways.
Are you arguing that they can't get the job unless they speak Spanish because the field is represented mostly by the Latino community?
That is one of 2 points. Yes, bro.
What's the other point? Because that would be wrong as fuck. What's the other point?
The other point is, brother, if you do not, if you can't speak Spanish, and I mean a lot of them, that's their only language. 2, because most of them here are illegally, they underpay all of them. You have no chance at a lot of even the government jobs, bro.
Can I ask a question here?
Of course, absolutely.
What do you mean a government job? Because undocumented immigrants can't work like a federal job, or what are we talking about?
This is what I'm talking about, bro. I tried to get a government contract to help construct certain parts of the highway, right? Of I-10.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so for those jobs, you would hire independent contractors, right? 1099 employees.
That is the way they get around it.
Correct.
The owner,
Correct. It's not around. It's a legal process that's literally legal by the IRS. It's not a workaround. It's a legal process.
Oh, okay, brother. The workaround is real simple.
You.
The owner of the company gets the contract, and all he does for his workers, all he simply does is go and get a bunch of guys who are here illegally, and he pays them under the table, and he pays them below minimum wage.
You can't do that. Those employees would get in trouble. And if you know anybody personally doing this, you should probably report them, right? You don't want to be aiding and abetting. So don't confess to a crime here on public live. Second of all, brother, the employees. Hold on, I'm trying to learn you something. Real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The employee that is hiring these undocumented immigrants but are working with an ITIN, they have to report the employee's earnings, because if they don't, the employer actually gets in trouble, and then the employee themselves, by not reporting the taxes, can actually have their their paycheck withheld.
Brother, you said that they can't do that, and that's not true. You're speaking to somebody who actually works in that, has worked in the field, and still works in the field, brother. It happens all the time. Bro, they have the guys doing heavy hauling giant pieces of equipment and everything else, brother. I see this every single day.
Why aren't you reporting it if this is such a big clashing point for you?
Because the honest answer to that, I mean, bro, what would it help? And I know that sounds defeatist, right? Brother, in Texas, it's no big thing.
Okay, then why does immigration affect you then? If it's no big thing to you, why are you against it?
I said illegal immigration, bro.
You literally just said that these people are here undocumented. Bro, what are we doing?
Yeah. I have a wife and 2 kids. Can you make the connection?
No.
The connection is, if I was rich like Hector right here, right? Or had the leisure time
Hector is part of the DNC. We know this. Yeah.
Or if I was
God bless you.
If I was suave enough and computer savvy enough to make my money the way he makes it,
yes,
I would have the leisure time to be, fully invested in my political ideology. But I have to work every single day, and I don't have a lot of leisure time, brother.
Yeah, so, Neither did we prior to this, right? I had to learn a lot about politics. Matter of fact, prior to all of this, there was some things that I agreed with the GOP, right? Because I was very uneducated on the way that our government works. You don't have to dedicate your whole life, you don't have to dedicate your whole life. You just have to care about the small things. Caring this much goes this far.
Well, I am doing my part by coming on these shows like Hector's and espousing my views and trying to get an understanding.
Are you here to learn, or are you here to respond?
I mean, you should just hear by talking to me. I'm here to learn, bro. I'm always open to learning.
Shut the fuck up, Chris. Really quickly, Joey. Y'all, I learned something new today. I'm rich. I learned something new today. I'm rich, bruh. This is news to me. I had no idea. I'm rich. All my donations goes towards, I don't know.
Charity.
Guys, feel free to donate to the Rich Fund. Apparently. Links in the bio. Cash App is down. Feel free to donate to the Rich Fund today, I guess, because we love the rich here, or whatever. Go ahead, Joey.
Now, T-Bone, I guess let me ask you, because I don't know how long you guys have been talking. I came into this conversation like 5 minutes before I joined up. What is your issue with undocumented immigrants in this country? Do you think they're a net negative to the country?
No, for me, I simply don't like. Look, I'll be blunt. 2 things. One, I don't like them. I don't like all these undocumented people coming over here specifically. And I'm being blunt with you, specifically from Central and South America. Why after my ancestors had fought for this country to build it up, why would I be okay with a group of people coming over here who don't like me or my people?
This sounds very specific. Who doesn't like? Sorry, by you people, what do you mean? I'm not trying to make assumptions here.
Look, and that's why I say I'm just being transparent with you.
Yeah.
None of the people from Central and South America like us. I don't care if you're from Venezuela. I don't care. Listen,
but that's what is he saying? Like, I don't. Are you black?
Whether you're from, yeah, I'm a Negro. Yeah. And look, Hector, I understand what you're saying.
But you're throwing a blanket statement. Look, what's your name? T-Bone. There's colorism. There's within our own community. Where I'm from a part of Mexico where it's obviously I'm not trying to do a history lesson here, right? But I'm from Guerrero, where obviously there was slavery in Mexico too. So there was a high concentration of people from Africa that were in the 200-mile span of Guerrero. And actually, Presidente Guerrero was, the first black president over here in the Americas. Correct. So even when I'm from, like, because of my lighter, like, skin, and there's people that are way lighter than me, there's colorism within our own community. That's not a blanket statement from what's it called? That shouldn't be the reason why you're against immigration, right? What we can look at is what they contribute to this country, whether it be the damn near 100 billion they contribute to this country annually, the over 1.7 trillion to our GDP, which they don't like really see a dime of that, right? Because that contributes to your Social Security, your Medicaid, things like that they don't ever benefit from, by the way. On top of that, we have a study that shows that for the last 30 years, this country has been at a fiscal profit because of immigrants overall, right? What they contribute to this country. They've kept us afloat for the past 30 years by over $14.5 trillion. This means without immigrant labor here in this country, every single year for the last 30, we would have been at a fiscal deficit.
Okay, Joey.
Yes.
First off, like I told Hector a little while ago, during 1950, which was right around the corner, America was still 90% white. Immigrants and a mass. Sorry about that. Immigrants did not start coming over here until after the Civil Rights Act, until the Immigration Reform Act in the 1960s, right? So America was doing great before immigrants came over here.
You understand why that is? Because prior to that, they could have. We had Mexicans that were coming over here.
Did you just make the correlation between, I guess, the pitfalls of the American economy and undocumented migrants after the 50s? Or immigrants in general after the 50s?
No, because the correlation he was trying to make was it's because the economy is the way it is, or America is doing good financially because of the
they have helped keep us afloat. Yes.
And before they were over here, America was still staying afloat. I would like.
So then they would be. So then, by your own words, then they wouldn't be a negative. If you said we were afloat before them, and they're helping us now stay afloat because our population is growing infinitely more, our social programs, our dealings, and everything else, and they're helping us stay afloat with even more burdens than we had in the 50s, then they're doing an exceptional job on the American economy.
Hector, come on now, Hector.
That is what
one thing is. No, that's not what I'm saying. And one, I'm not going to first see. Because I'm not going to get off track, right? And I'm not going to conflate the issues. Again, he asked me what was my issue. I said my issue was, why would I, after all my ancestors went through to make this place a better place for everyone, why would I be okay with these people coming over here? They come from cultures. I'm going to take out individuals, and I would ask Joey to either say this is true or not true, and let's see how sincere he is. They come from a culture, whether they come from Venezuela, Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador. They come from a culture that's not just colorist, but extremely anti-black. Is that true or false, Joey?
That's false. That's a blanket statement, right?
No, I'm going to give 1 second, Joey. I'm going to give some truth to that. In every single race, every single culture, every single aspect of since the world has been here, all of it has been rooted in anti-blackness, including black culture. Did you know, T-Bone, that black people are anti-black? Inherently.
Yeah, once we inherently.
Inherently.
So what would be your frames of reference for that? Because
Easy.
brother, you
Easy.
have to give me some good frames of reference,
Yeah,
brother.
easy. Everything around us is anti-black. Our culture is anti-black. Our education system is anti-black. Our healthcare system is anti-black. We are born into that anti-blackness. It's everywhere.
I agree with
It's
you.
all around us. In
I
our
agree with
media, where we see it, where little young black boys and girls. I'm sure you know of the study of the video that was put out of the kids
agree with
before they
you.
knew
I agree
anything
with you.
about
I understand
racism
where
and
you're coming
stuff.
from.
The black kid picked the whiter doll because that was purer to them. That is anti-blackness incarnate. That is just it's inherent. It's in every single one of us. So that's another problem with this argument. If we're talking about anti-blackness in other cultures and races and using that to reduce them or say they shouldn't be this and that, is that it's everywhere. It's literally of no fault of their own. The important part would be education, right? It would be informing individuals of anti-blackness and how it inherently is expensive, not only on cultures, but America, and then deconstructing from there.
And see, I can't dispute. I'm not going to try to dispute any of that, but because everything you just said was true, and I understand.
Y'all really decided to test me today.
At one point, no, you do, because everything you said is true. I simply don't agree with the one part, which is, again, you speak as an American.
What else
You're
am I supposed to
speaking.
speak as, bro?
T-Bone, can we meet in the middle?
Nothing.
Can we,
Yeah,
T-Bone, can
yeah,
we
we
meet in the
can.
middle?
I mean, I have no gripe with you, Hector. Yeah, go ahead. I just don't want you to. Yeah, I just don't want you to do this, Hector.
To do what?
Your approach is not wrong, but by the same token, I mean, brother, how can you fault anyone with my approach or my philosophy?
Easy.
It's just
It's
different,
actually
brother.
really easy. Hold on a second. W's in the chat to Above Infinity for the $5 super chat. Guess clearly you didn't wipe before you came up here. Go do so. I'm just the messenger. I hope you wiped, or better yet, washed your ass. W's in the chat to you, Above Infinity. Thank you so much. W's in the chat too. Guys, once again, Cash App is broken. I see you. Thank you so much, Sean. It didn't come through. Cash App is broken for some reason until tonight. Thank you for your donation. It has to be PayPal or Venmo. W's in the chat to Maze for the $4 Venmo. Preemptive White Guilt Fund donation. However, the donations will have to get smaller because I just paid $4.15 for gas today. I understand. I had to go fill up last night, and I decided to do that because I didn't want to wait any longer because gas is going up by the day. I get it.
How
Thank
much
you
is
so
gas
much.
right now?
$3.62. At least where I'm at. W's in the chat to you, Maze. W's in the chat to Shauna for the $5 Venmo. T-Bone has a very unique perspective, mostly because no one else would arrive at it.
What he say? What they say? I couldn't read it.
T-Bone has a very unique perspective, mostly because no one else would arrive at it. Oh, there's a group of people that would. There sure is. Your payment failed, but I'm still going to read it, Sean, because I like you. These men and women fought in our recent wars. Yes, they have. Very much so. These people are out here defending our country as well, contributing to our Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, so on and so forth. Oopsie daisies. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Nick for the $5 Venmo. I just watched the video where that guy was advocating for privatized fire departments. Wow. Oh, yeah. We get an interesting bunch. Thank you guys so much for the donos. Guys, the best way to support the platform, once again, is going to be the links in the bio. Hector Talks with 2 R's on Venmo and PayPal. Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. Donate to the Rich Fund, I guess. Cash App is down right now. That will not work. If you're over on the Tube side, you can send a super chat or a super sticker. Please make sure we're taking care of Joey while he's here. We want to get him up some coins. We want to get him up to 1,000 coins and beyond. And please, his links are also in the bio for the information that he's relaying on this platform. Y'all carry on.
T-Bone, okay, can we try to meet somewhere in the middle? And I just want to see, I don't think you're anti-immigrant. I think you're anti-racist people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lovely. So am I.
It's not. People are not inherently bad. I don't even believe that about European or white people. People are not inherently bad, man. I don't believe it. It's the culture that they grow up in. And I have a real simple solution. I mean, you want to change. That's why I know people in politics
I
aren't
can't
sincere.
let
If you want
I cannot let
okay,
you get
here you
away with the
go.
culture part.
Go here,
I
bro.
cannot let you get away with the culture part because that is quite literally a tool of white supremacy. The exact same thing they say about our culture, to say that we're violent, we're over sexual, we're this, we're that, and you're using the same point on another group of people, another marginalized group of people. I don't know how you don't see that.
I'm speaking of specifically about their culture, like in most Hispanic or Central and South America, they had, even
You
though they don't
can't
admit it
speak
to it
to
now, they have the
most.
Costa system, brother. In Venezuela, they have the Costa system, however you want to pronounce it. Joey, do
It's the
they have a
cost.
Costa?
Yeah, but that's European. That's because of the Spanish that came
It,
over.
that is what I'm speaking about specifically when I talk about the culture, Hector, not other aspects of their culture. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking specifically about that and the color hierarchy that they grow up in. Because what you said was true earlier about when you were talking about anti-blackness. I articulated. I just say that we all look at the world through blue and green eyes here in America. We black bodies but white minds, right? It is the exact same thing in those countries. It's the exact same thing, brother. So that's what I'm referring to. I don't have a problem with individual people. It's their mentality because of specific aspects of their culture that they grow up in.
Okay, T-Bone, if we're talking about let's play ball here. If we're talking about ideology, beliefs, T-Bone, did you vote for Trump?
Hit that follow button.
Yeah.
Then you're not consistent.
Yes,
He
I
was
am.
literally
Absolutely.
taken to court for being racist, T-Bone.
Okay. And I make the same point that I made yesterday to Mrs. Erica. I mean,
God
even
bless
before
you.
even before Malcolm taught us, I already knew it because my dad taught me the most dangerous person in the world is a Democratic liberal or a liberal. Period. Much rather deal with the blatant racist than I would with a liberal.
I
Look, there you go. Look,
you
crash out. You gonna lose that $50, brother.
you didn't vote for the black candidate that was
Who is that?
the most qualified presidential candidate ever?
Who I know you ain't talking about no Kamala Harris.
Damn
She
sure I
ain't
am.
nowhere in the world. The most qualified candidate. Man, stop, bro. I go with she was qualified. I'll
Most
go.
qualified. She's worked on all three branches of government. You understand this, right?
Yeah, I understand that. Was she successful in all three branches of government?
Yes.
And,
These
and,
were
and
all
even
elected positions. She was elected to every single one.
and even in that, Joey, I don't. I did not like her policies.
Which
And I
ones?
did. Uh, One, her policy of doing the same thing that they all do when asked the question on
What policies of hers do you actually know, T-Bone?
listen, uh listen, when asked the question several times, what is she going to do for African Americans? Her response every time was she's not going to do anything specifically for African Americans because that's not how America works, and then turn right back around and do stuff for other particular groups of people. I don't care what she's going to do for all Americans. I'm going to vote on what I believe you're going to do for what benefit or how you're going to help my specific group of people.
Okay, uphold Trump to the same standard. What has he done to benefit let's leave the brown community out, right? What has Donald Trump done to benefit the black community, according to you, T-Bone?
I mean, one of the things is, I mean, didn't what were we talking about yesterday? Uh, I just say this: immigration. He's cracking down on illegal immigration. That has helped the black community, and it is helping the black community.
Biden and
And
Harris did better.
Biden and Harris did absolutely not, brother.
Absolutely,
They
yes.
were they were horrible, bro.
What's your metric for determining if they were horrible during immigration?
I mean, just one thing. I had a trucking business from 2019 to 20 2019 to 2022, 23. They let in they let 350,000 more truck drivers on the road. An estimated 226,000 of those were foreign born non-domicile CDL drivers. That
But
ran
they
me
were
literally
here.
out of
Okay,
business.
T-Bone, but they were here legally. Undocumented
Uh,
immigrants cannot get CDLs.
okay. Oh, yes, they can, brother.
How?
Go to California. Go to Nevada.
Nope.
I mean,
You need specific proof that you're a U.S. citizen or have a work visa. Mind you, I could get one because I'm a DACA recipient. Not anymore if you live in certain states, right?
oh,
But you
oh,
need legal status.
okay. So you said you used to have one, so you know this.
No. I said
My
I could get one. I've never had a CDL. I'm a DACA recipient.
okay, DACA recipients can get them.
Yes.
I thought you said you had one, so I was going to say, how can you not sit up here and say that you don't? You have to have something to show that you're here legally. No,
That's
you
what
don't.
DACA is means of being here legally.
No, I'm not speaking about you. I'm talking about people who are here illegally. If I had say I came over here on a work visa, I'm not a work visa on a visitor visa, and I overstayed it. I could still go to California and get a CDL for 4 years, even though I present them with documentation that says I'm already here illegally, meaning I overstayed my visa.
That's not true.
And not,
The things that you're
oh,
bringing
brother,
up
they
are
talk
people
about it on
that,
the news all the time.
right, but you need to read the actual article. So what happened is that these people
Anecdote.
got their CDLs and their expiration date, they didn't coincide, right? So yes, they had their CDLs for maybe a year, 2 years after their visa had expired, but they were completely legal when they got the CDL.
Brother, did you just hear?
I did
Okay,
just
you
look
know
this
what?
up here really quickly.
I'm gonna say this
before 2025, and then these rules started taking place early this year. In some states, if an undocumented migrant had a driver's license, yes, they can obtain a CDL, but then they would be able to get a driver's license. So there's already stricter requirements. So you just couldn't just go off the bat and go straight to a CDL.
Brother, that's just because they just started implementing these because of all, it's not been a whole lot because of these high profile accidents with non-domicile illegal foreign drivers on the road.
Hold on.
They
There is
just started implementing
no striking number of undocumented migrants getting into these high profile accidents over American citizens. That's not a number. That's not a real thing.
Brother, that's what I just said that.
Well, you said these high profile accidents, you're trying to associate that with undocumented migrants. That's not the case.
No, brother, I said it wasn't a whole lot. I said they were just high profile because I know
they weren't
it's not
high profile. In part because
brother,
there isn't a lot.
Okay, the second thing, I want to see if Joey has an answer for this. Okay, brother, did you know that whether you're coming from Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, when you come through Mexico, you can buy a Mexican CDL and you can legally drive over here in Texas with a CDL from Mexico? Is that not true? That's not true either? That's not true either, Joey?
If you were dropping off something from Mexico to the U.S.?
What?
No. If you have a lot of the guys that I have worked with for years, when they come over here illegally, not on a work visa, not on a visitor's visa, when they cross the border illegally,
thank you, BK,
going
for the
through
jewels.
Mexico, they will stop, they will buy their CDL in Mexico, a Mexican CDL, and when they get over here,
What is the
CDL?
What is the CDL arrangement that we would have with what they would have with the U.S.? Look, I'm a little confused here. I don't think you need a. Like, I don't think you need a U.S. CDL to drop off a shipment in the U.S. I'm a little confused.
No, brother.
And if someone buys a fake CDL, that's an issue of forging, and forging is something that anyone can do.
Hector, they buy a Mexican CDL, a legitimate Mexican CDL in Mexico, whether they know how to drive or not.
If they buy, hold on, what do you mean buy a legitimate one? Because you'd have to qualify, you'd have to pass a test and get it, right? You'd pay the money for the test.
No, not in Mexico.
What do you mean buy?
Hold on. They can buy a CDL in Mexico. I'm talking about Mexico, brother. I'm not talking about the United States. People can buy. You can buy a CDL without doing the test, without knowing how to drive or
A
any
quick
of that
Google
in
search
Mexico.
tells me that they need to pass a mandatory medical exam. They have to complete their training, required training for the specific license category. They need valid documentation, age and experience, obviously a background check.
That's what I was saying. I was like, hold on. You can't tell me you could just get up and go pay the money and get a CDL. It has requirements. It has requirements.
And
So-
T-Bone, I'm having a very hard time. So you're saying if they're coming in with an actual truck, like a shipping truck, yes,
No.
because then what are you saying?
They're not coming over here with a truck. They're coming over here and then they get jobs with United States companies. With the
With these
Mexican
legal
CDL, brother.
CDLs, the ones that they earned in Mexico, the ones that Mexico has requirements for.
I mean, Hector, like, see, now I feel like you're being facetious, brother.
How
Because we know,
am I being
because,
facetious?
brother, you got to pay bribes to Mexican police sometime when you visit over there and all type of stuff. It's not as if we're talking
What I
about
gotta do with a
bureaucracy.
CDL? What are we?
It
What?
has everything.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
I'm
reading
just-
that. So even if you like what you're saying is true, right? That they can come here, but under the FMCA, they may issue temporary waivers up to 90 days for them to work here, but they would still need to prove valid work authorization in this country.
I mean, you know, I'm sitting here telling y'all what actually goes on, and y'all just refuse to believe it.
I'm reading from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration.
I'm sitting here telling you, listen, I want both of y'all to understand something.
I need you to understand that you were spreading misinformation. You talked about them buying CDLs, right? In which case that would be forgery, right? That would be something that's a criminal act anywhere. So that would be something we would prosecute across the board, regardless of that person's citizenship. There would be requirements in Mexico for them to be able to do this. Hence why they were allowed to do that. Legally authorized CDLs, okay, which would be different from the forgeries that you're talking about.
No,
and
I'm
under
talking about legal CDLs.
agreements that we'd have legal. What is your issue with legal CDLs?
Okay, maybe you're not understanding what I'm saying. The Mexican government is corrupt. When guys come through Mexico to the United States,
our government not corrupt? Do we have no corruption in our government?
So why is it so hard for you to understand that you can buy without knowing how to drive a truck, without ever having set foot in a truck?
T-Bone, I'm not denying the fact that people may do it. I'm saying that's fraudulent. I'm saying we can prosecute those people. I'm saying when that happens, it's bad. We get them. The same thing can happen here in the United States by a citizen. We're having an argument. We're having a conversation about undocumented migrants and the negatives that they would have on the American economy, on the American worker, on American businesses, right? Those things. But the arguments that you're making, right, would have to be reflected in numbers. I'm unaware of a mass amount of undocumented migrants buying CDLs so they can deliver stuff to the United States that's not being prosecuted even under this administration.
Bro, they are prosecuted up under this administration.
I said mass. I know they are because I know it's happening. I'm saying, again, this is something that's been happening beforehand. This is something that we're doing even with Americans who are doing the same thing. Forgery is forgery, regardless of citizenship.
Okay. And initially, I was given one aspect of their negative effect in what they do when they come over here.
So because some people do think they have a negative effect and we should utilize this to justify Trump's draconian immigration policies?
I mean, bro, I spoke on that yesterday. I mean, to me, that's very simple. If you come over here and not going through the proper channels and you get caught, you should be deported. What's the big deal with that? I don't understand.
Who is disagreeing with that? What are you talking about?
I mean, okay, well, I'm not. Yeah, you should be. Well, what do you mean draconian?
The violation of the 4th and 5th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, that is what I mean.
Well,
The weaponization
okay.
of ICE to not only violate the rights given under the Constitution to undocumented migrants to due process, but killing American civilians in the process and then painting them out to be gunmen and domestic terrorists to clean up what we see with our own eyes and video footage. That is what I mean by draconian.
I agree. I also recognize that just like there's not an exorbitant number of accidents by people in trucks that are over here illegally, I also know those are very small, isolated incidents where Americans are losing their lives.
Here's the difference.
in
Here's the
protests.
difference. Here's the difference in that false equivalency you just tried to do. Here's the difference. Okay. Those actions by ICE did to Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, what's his name, Jr.? What's his name? Keith Porter Jr. And I forgot the name of the fourth person, were justified by the Trump administration. I'm talking press briefings. I'm talking by some of the big officials like Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem. I'm talking about on Truth Social. He went out of his way to paint them out to be criminal people, to be evil people. They were justified the administration, which sends a message to other ICE agents in the department that they can go out, they can do the same shit and be protected by the president of the United States. That has not happened under any other administration ever. Ever. The difference between that and the arguments you're saying about a small number of undocumented migrants forging CDLs and causing some problems is that none of that would be backed by the president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum. Is that, yeah? I got her name right?
Yeah.
None of that would be backed by their president. The president of the United States is backing, justifying, excusing murder. Or better yet, because everyone says intention behind the word, let me not say murder. Killing of Americans.
And to add to that, you're thinking of Ruben Rey Martinez, which they tried to hide for over a year.
I won't dispute that. I totally agree with it. You know, it's hard for me. I will say that as far as you saying it never happened upon any other presidents, you know, I just look at the history of my people, relatively recent history of my people over here all the time. So I won't even get into that. But what you say is true. As far as, I mean, because, you know, you kind of jumping around different places. But other than, okay, that you said that's a draconian measure. Other than that, I'm a firm believer in this. I do not agree at all and would never agree with allowing people to use my own laws against me. I would never agree with that. If you come, I don't. I do not believe they have a right. If you come over here illegally,
Who's
breaking
using
the law,
who's using American laws against you?
I do not believe any illegal immigrant has a right to due process at all. You do not have a right to stay in the country. You have a right to be deported. So then you disagree with the Constitution. You're literally disagreeing with, and you're at odds with the founding of this nation, the founding fathers and what they had in plan for this country. You're literally disagreeing with the literal foundation of everything you guys say you stand for. You're disagreeing with America. Oh, well, yeah, I do. Totally.
Where in the Constitution does it say due process isn't applied to only citizens?
You said, I mean, you talking about before the amendments or after the amendments?
Anytime.
You got to be talking, because you got to be talking about after the amendments, because we all know they tell you in the Constitution, the Constitution is meant for free white men of means, or white men that have an own land, not even all white men. Okay.
Will follow up with that, but yes, we know the origins of the Constitution.
Okay, so I
obviously
disagree, and this is where this aspect comes in. When they say you can follow the letter of the law, but be breaking the spirit of the law, this is where interpretation comes in, brother. Because when they say that if you are on U.S. soil or up under our jurisdiction, that's where interpretation comes in. I do not agree that applies to people who are here illegally.
Well,
not
it's
at
not
all.
up to you.
It's up to who?
Interpretation.
The Supreme Court?
Hold on.
The interpretation of it, yeah, sure, it can be brought up into the Supreme Court, right? But again, nowhere in the Constitution does it say that due process is only for U.S. citizens. I'm confused, T-Bone, and it's
Hector,
tracking that you don't care about the Constitution because neither does Trump.
Say about it, Hector.
I'm just curious as to how
I do care about it.
I'm curious as to what interpretation you have that would challenge what the Constitution says about anyone within the United States that would be subjected to or allowed to have due process. I'm very curious as to how you can interpret that differently.
I mean, because I believe they're following the letter of the law, but the Constitution is meant to be interpreted. That's why we have the Supreme Court.
It's meant to be interpreted accurately. Absolutely.
And we through our representatives pick those individuals that are best qualified, we believe are best qualified to interpret that law, i.e. the Supreme Court. So if I don't like what the Supreme Court has to say, I go through my representatives, and hopefully a time will come where I can replace the Supreme Court or individuals on it. What do they?
He cut out. 675 people in here. Double tap the screen, get the likes up to 300K and beyond.
So what does the court say about it now, Hector?
What do you mean, what does the court say about it now? There has been no recent hearings challenging the Fifth Amendment and its application to undocumented migrants and their right to due process. If we're going to make an allegation against someone, we would have to prove it in a court of law, unless we're using expedited removal, which even still would have limited amount of due process if said person decides to claim asylum, which Donald Trump has not been allowing them to do that. W's in the chat to Sean for the $2 PayPal. These people's grandparents got us through World War II by working in the fields. They fought in Bush's wars when Americans wouldn't. That in part is true. W's in the chat to you, Sean. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Nick for the $5 Venmo. Does he mean caste system? We have a caste system in the U.S. Please tell him to read Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel Wilkerson. I do want to make a comment on that. Really, really dangerous rhetoric. Really dangerous rhetoric. When we go down the line of saying that something that was imposed on a culture and then became, I guess, inherent in said culture is a reason to then villainize the entire culture, because then we can make so many arguments about the things that black people do and the ways that black people think, perpetuated by white supremacy and everything else, and then justify their subjugation of us. That was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. W's in the chat to you, Nick.
Well, look, I gotta go, brother, because I'm about to get where I have to be, right? But I'm gonna leave you with this. Hey, thank you. I appreciate your live, bro. It's really good, informative.
Thank you. I kicked you, and this is why I kicked you. W's in the chat to Ren for the $50 Venmo. Just do it. If I didn't kick you, I was finna go the fuck off. Because you guys have no fucking clue how much restraint I just showed on that goddamn talk. No clue whatsoever how much restraint I just showed during that entire fucking conversation. The shit that was coming out of his mouth. This is what I do not understand about you people. You guys are so proudly, blatantly wrong. And you speak out of your arses. And it's infuriating. Every fucking thing I say on this panel, I can prove. Every single thing. And if I mess up, I mess up. Mistakes happen. But you guys go back to back to back to back to back to back fuckery. Ooh. I am so glad I read that late. I'm very glad I read that late. Oh my God. Who's in the request? Let's get some people in here. Yo, man. Joe, are you sticking around?
No. I was just they told me that you were looking for me. I didn't know for what. I thought that conversation would get elsewhere with the guy, but I really do think he's just anti-racist. I don't truly think he knows the contributions that immigrant bring into this country. I don't know. There's deconstruction there that we can definitely bring. I don't feel like he's insufferable. I don't know how often you've dealt with him, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Joey's the nice one here. He is a goddamn tool of white supremacy. Shucking and jiving. That's exactly what he was fucking doing on this goddamn platform. They have convinced you. They have convinced you that people that in some cases are dealing with some of the same battles that we are our enemy. So you don't look up. That's all that they do. They have you looking around so you don't look up, or in some cases, look down. That helps no one. It helps no one. This is the classist playbook, the white supremacist playbook 101. Distract everyone from the real issue so we can sit here going back and forth with other people because of anti-blackness? Oh, I don't know where the other guy went. He ran.
But I am gonna get off. But before I get off, guys, run up his likes. What are we at? We're at 220. Get him to 300. Do all the wonderful things. And I know he's rich, but look, the PC fund is still going. He's super rich off of that blue app. You know which one I'm talking about. So make sure you guys follow him literally everywhere. Take care of him. All right. He takes care of y'all by being here.
I appreciate you coming up, Joey. I appreciate you so much. W's to you. Guys, if you're not following Joey, please hit that follow button. Fantastic creator. Fantastic creator. Hold on. Who's this? Why does this name look familiar?
Me or
I know you. Hold on.
I was gonna say okay.
Marker really quick there, so I can request for a bit.
You talking to me?
No, 1 second. Marker.
Hey.
Hi.
My guy, you were in so much pain.
Crashing out is my therapy. Y'all deprived me of my fucking therapy.
Well, hey, now it gets paid for half of your next session.
Fair. Thank you. Anything else?
Oh my gosh, I need the CDL thing. I mentioned that my background is the auto industry, and the previous guy with his misinformation about the CDLs. I don't know why that pissed me off as much as it did, but it did. First of all, yes, you can have a Mexican CDL and work for a U.S. based company, but you have to reside or have your residency permanently in Mexico in order to do that, and
USMCA
you have to
agreement
exclusively carry freight over those borders. And you can have an American CDL and drive freight over into Mexico. So what?
That was my first thing. I was like, I don't know of anyone who had to have dual citizenship to deliver something to another. Like, what? That's not how deliveries. Anyway, thank you so much.
Exactly. And also, there's even restrictions on you have to have certain visas, like work visas, in order to do some of those runs with a Mexican CDL. I don't understand.
Yes, Debbie's in the chat. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you. I just want to let y'all know. Expo here sent me the 50. So this sticker up here, all bets are off. If someone else would like to put that bet on, then I won't crash out. But Ren sent the 50. All bets are off. So please understand, Trump supporters, from this point on, if you get in this box and you say some ignorant, stupid shit, it is what it is. But then that shouldn't concern you because you guys aren't a bunch of fucking snowflakes, right? Caroline, I want to give you a minute to say your piece.
Hey, no,
God bless you.
It's Carolina. I was originally coming up.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
No, you're good. It happens all the time. I was originally coming up because I had the court cases actually pulled up when he was trying to say that the Supreme Court is what leaves it up to interpretation, but there is no interpretation left because there are several Supreme Court cases that have already determined universal due process under the law when it comes to the Constitution. Like there's multiple that's already been litigated in court.
Literally. Like, what are we doing? And I guess he was going to say, well, under the Trump administration, they're going to review that. And he's probably correct. But we've had several Supreme Court justices, many of them conservative leaning. They've done this time and time again. I don't know why we keep rehashing this. If you disagree with it, you disagree with it. That's a different argument. But the law is the law.
Yeah. And I think the thing that they forget is, regardless of whether a person is an immigrant or not, it applies to people who are visiting our country too. So if a crime is committed by or against a person who is visiting from another country, they are still entitled to due process under the law and have their day in court as well.
6,000%. Appreciate you coming up. Carolina,
yes.
Carolina, got it. Appreciate you. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Carolina, y'all. W's in the chat to Carolina. All right. Why are people saying that I know you? Dun, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay. You don't even sound familiar. Do I know this guy, y'all? Have I
I've been
spoken
out
to this
here
guy before?
You've spoken to me before.
Oh. Oof.
What are you mad at today?
Did you not hear all the stupid shit that the last guest just said? Not the last guest.
Well,
the last Trump supporter just said?
I think I was on here before. He was talking about CDLs, and you're talking about the white supremacy playbook and how you need to unite with Mexicans and all that kind of crap. But
I think we need to unite with everyone.
Including white people?
Absolutely.
Who has done the most for black people in the United States? Just curious. I would say it would be white people.
I would disagree with you.
You would
I
disagree
think the
with
group of people in this country that's done the most for black people is black fucking people.
How?
What the fuck do you mean how?
You're talking about a group of people that aren't taking care of their kids, right? You're talking about that group of people?
Oh, black people are taking care of their kids?
Yeah, are we? What is like the single motherhood rate in the black community?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me. Well, what is your argument to
Okay.
say that black people aren't taking care of their kids? Do you
Well,
know
the-
how
the-
single
the
motherhood
single
is defined in the United States?
No, you tell me.
Okay, cool. Single motherhood
You-
doesn't
you-
mean that the father is not involved in the child's life. I would just want to make that super duper clear, right? It's simply a status of marriage. So you can be a single mother and you can still have the father involved in the child's life. You
What
just wouldn't be
percentage-
in
what percentage of
relation
black-
with said father.
Okay, what percentage of black fathers aren't involved?
What percentage? Not the majority.
Okay, how do you know that?
Statistically. Give me a second.
Yeah, go ahead and find it.
Fuck. What was
And
that
then
number?
compare
y'all?
that with other groups of people.
Oh, it is compared with other groups of people. Absolutely.
Make sure you do that.
It's very much compared with other groups of people. Guys, shit. Where's my thing here? Let me pull that. Do we not? Hold on. Hold on a second. There's no way we did, otherwise he would have been blocked.
Are you running away or what?
No one's running. They're saying stuff, but I know that's not true. Okay, give me a second. That is not what the fuck I typed. What the fuck?
It's all good. I got a couple more arguments for you too.
Sure, buddy.
I mean, the white people have given you the most, whether it be through education, your quality of life, where you live best. Because this is what I don't understand. If it's white people that are the issue, right, and brown people are somehow better, why not just leave and go be around brown people? Why not just go to if it's the people? Why not just leave where white people have the rule?
This is only referencing the study. Give me a second to pull up the study.
Yeah, because we can look up black teachers and how the white people educate you. We can look at how many black kids are adopted by white families. Because I got all that right here, right now. Let me see. Even that great Democratic Party that you love so much. That's white people.
This was a study done by the CDC. This was the December of 2013 National Health Statistic Reports. Fathers involved
Yeah, I
in
remember that report.
children, 2006 to 2010. Do you have any evidence to challenge this study? Since you
Yeah,
said you
that
remember
CDC report said the fathers that are involved. What percentage of fathers are involved in that article?
That's what we would assess the numbers off of. What?
No. It says the fathers that are involved, they're saying are the most involved. It's easy to be when you don't have a job. But the thing is this, what percentage of fathers are involved?
I'm sorry. What is the black unemployment rate amongst
Currently?
men?
Currently? I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you just made an argument. It's easy to be involved in your kid's life and you don't have a job.
It was a
But
comment.
if you're to make that argument, that comment that you just made out of your blatant rate.
Aren't you
you
the
just tried
guy
to be a
that's
funny
laughing
guy.
and all that? Aren't you the guy
that's
that
cute. It wasn't funny. nice try, and you're just trying to be racist. You're just making
No,
points
I'm
that you
telling
can't
the truth.
substantiate, hence why you're
I'm
now trying to walk
asking
it
you,
back
can
on
you-
sarcasm.
No, I'm not.
It's
No, I'm
quite
not trying to walk it
pathetic.
back on sarcasm. I'm telling you, who would be, you talk about uniting with Hispanics. Who is
We
it
were
better
having
to
a
unite with?
conversation about
Who is it better
the,
for you to
the
unite
Hispanic
with? Who's done
community,
more for
and we
you?
referenced the unity
Who's done
that is
more for you,
necessary
white
for the
people or
progression
Hispanics?
of the United
How many
States.
Hispanics are
Also,
adopting
I
black
don't
kids?
consider unity based off of a number, right? A populace of people is not my determining factor for unifying with them. Numbers don't mean a goddamn thing to me.
Numbers-
it's based
now
off the
numbers don't mean
characters of the
anything.
individuals, the
But you just use
ideologies,
numbers.
and the mission that we'd all
You just
be
use
working
numbers
towards.
in the report. Now numbers
Numbers
don't
in
matter.
what report?
Did the report that you did on black
What did I
fathers?
just say numbers don't matter to me with?
Unity.
Oh, so there was another factor that you just tried to leave out of the equation, when in other conversations, numbers would be very important to determine A, B, or C. You dumb fuck. Why don't you pay attention to the words coming out of my mouth instead of just trying to come up here and be a racist twat?
How am I
You
being
fucking
racist by asking you a
goddamn dope.
question?
I
I'm
need
asking
you
you a
to
question.
substantiate how the
Who-
majority
I
of black
can't
fathers, or
substantiate.
most black fathers, are
No,
not
no.
involved
I'm
in their kids'
substantiating
lives,
my
my guy.
argument-
You
my
literally
argument-
didn't. You came up here and
my
you made a
argument-
point, and you never even
God, this guy.
substantiated it.
No,
When
no,
I
no,
referenced
the-
a study of black people
point
involved
that
in
I
their kids'
made,
life,
that wasn't
you
my point, it was
already
a
knew
question.
it. So since you already
was
know
a
the
po-
study,
no,
I'm
it was a
simply
question.
asking you to walk,
No,
not
it was
walk
a
back,
question.
to substantiate
My
your
point
claim.
was that white people, it's better for you to
I don't give a
unite-
fuck about that point. You made a specific point about
No, no,
black
no, 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 no,
fathers.
no.
We'll get back to that. You made a specific point about black
Now
fathers.
I'm getting muted.
Hey, you hear what I just
I'm
said?
getting muted.
Yes, you are getting muted. We're going to get back to your point about unity
Bro,
and your argument
the
that it
white
should be
man
based off
has
of
done
numbers
more
and
for
how they've
you
done
than
more.
Hispanics.
I need you
This
to
is not a good
substantiate your
strategy,
argument
man.
about black fathers
not a
not
good
being involved in
strategy.
the kids' lives. That's
It's
what I
not
need
a
you to
good
do.
strategy
That's what I need you
for
to do.
you.
That's what I need you to do.
No.
Hey, guess what? I'm the
No.
host. You know what? Actually, let's make this really
No,
easy.
bro.
Let's make this really
I
really
told
easy.
you
Let's
that
do
white
this.
people have done more for you
Let's
than
do this.
Hispanics.
Let's do this. I
White
don't give a
people have
shit
done more
about
for you
numbers.
in
Again,
terms
that's
of
irrelevant to
teaching
my
your
argument.
kids, taking care of your
That's
kids,
irrelevant to
adopting
my
your
argument.
kids,
White people can't
providing
choose.
for your
I'm sorry,
kids,
I don't know of any
all
public
of
school
these
teacher that's white
things.
that's choosing what kids that they teach.
All of the
I
most of the
don't
public
know of
teachers
any of
are-
them
most of the
going,
public school
hey,
teachers are white. They're not Hispanic.
most of people in a large
They're not
portion of fields
Hispanics,
are
bro.
white. How is that an argument you can then make to say that they are helping
And
us
I am
more
telling
solely
you
based
that
off
you
of
should
compliment
recognize how much they've done for you. If you're trying to
population
unite with people,
versus anything else?
You should recognize, why would you throw down a group of people that has done the most for you for strangers?
I'm sorry.
These other
Who the
people are
fuck is
strangers.
picking
These
Latino community
You're
over white
talking about
people?
uniting
Who
with
the fuck is
Hispanics.
picking Latino
They're
people over white
strangers to
people?
you.
Hey, you said throw down white people for Hispanics, right? Can you
asked
give me an
you
example?
who has done
Can you give
more
me an
for you?
example of how
asked
I
you
am
who has done more
putting
for the
down
black race?
white people over
asked you a question.
Hispanics?
No, I asked you a question and you laughed at it.
Yes,
said,
and I
who has
answered your
done more
question.
for the
Do you
black
want an
race?
answer again?
White people
Do you
or
want an
Hispanics?
answer again?
Go
Or
ahead.
you're not paying attention to the words
Who
coming
has
out of
done
my
more for
mouth,
the
you
black
dumb
race?
fuck? Can you listen
has done more for
closely
the
to the
black race?
words coming out of my mouth so you don't ask questions
Like
that
I
I've
said,
already
you can't
answered?
name it.
Have you
Who's done
thought
more for
about
black
that?
people?
Can you try that?
Who's done more for the black race?
I literally answered your question. Do you want me to answer it again?
Go ahead.
Okay. Black people have done the
No,
most for black
That's not
people.
true. That is not true. When you look at everything that you've been given, education, civil rights, all of these things.
Oh,
that came
so
from
we're
white
making an
people.
argument that white people
That came
gave
from
y'all
white
everything you
people.
have solely based off of population, solely based off
about
the fact that
employment?
white
What
people
about
are
employment?
overwhelmingly in positions of power
What about
that we've had to
employment?
plead and
By
beg
every
and protest
metric.
and in some
By
cases even
every
riot to
single
get them to
metric.
acknowledge the bare
No,
minimum
bro.
as allowing
By
us to use the
every
same fucking
single
fountain
metric.
and going to the same schools.
You don't
We are
have a
now supposed
metric.
to say
Who
solely
created
based
the
off the
schools?
population of white people
Who
being in
created
power
the
and the fact
schools?
to where they finally went, let's give those niggas some abilities.
Who
You now want me to
created-
say,
What did
oh,
the
thank you,
Mexicans
master. Thank you, master white person.
the
Thank you so
Mexicans
much,
do?
master white person. Y'all
What
gave
did
us
the
this. Y'all
Mexicans
gave
do?
us that. We got to unite with you no matter what you say, no matter what you
What
do.
did
Thank
the
you, master white
Mexicans
person.
do for
You
you?
fucking dope. What is this fucking
asking
argument,
you a
my guy?
like,
What the
once
fuck is
again,
this
it's the
goddamn
truth.
argument?
What I I'm telling you is it's the truth. You may not like it, but it's the truth. when you look up who employs most black people, who
So again,
educates most black
you're
people,
basing
it's white people.
you're basing
It's white
a
people.
black allegiance to white people solely based off of population. Correct?
I'm using it based
Correct?
on history. Based on history.
And historically,
Neo.
population
Neo.
would be where you're basing your
Neo, I'm
argument
telling
off
you the
of.
truth.
Correct?
Don't get mad.
Correct?
Don't get mad because a white man.
Correct?
Don't get mad. We know it hurts. I know.
Again, you're
It hurts.
dodging
It
the
hurts.
question
I know.
for a reason. I just
It
want to
hurts.
let you
You
know
haven't
this is
answered the
very
question,
satisfying.
Neo.
Every single
you
time,
have not
I
answered the
literally have
question.
answered all of your questions. In
know
fact,
that the
I had to
white
go
man
back
is
and
your
repeat.
biggest
I had to
ally.
go back and
You
repeat
get
my
down-
answer because you didn't listen to it the first time, or you
know
did
it
because you responded to it, and then you tried to act
sucked.
like I didn't. Okay, just for you to
sad.
rebut me with the same stupid
I know it's
fucking
sad.
talking point. So once again, white
What have
people
Mexicans
are the
done for you?
predominant
What have
demographic
Mexicans
in the
done for you,
United
bro?
States. You're
What have
saying
Mex-
because white people
what
were
have
in all the
Mexicans
positions
done
of
for
power,
you?
they gave
He
us
can't
any
name
right
it.
that we've
He
ever
can't
had.
name it
We're
at
just
all.
supposed to have an
What
allegiance
have
to white
Mexicans
people
done for
solely
you?
based off of population.
What have
As if
Mexicans
the
done
majority
for
of that population
He can't
during
say it.
particular times
He can't say
didn't
it at
support
all.
the institution of slavery.
What
At the
have
bare minimum,
Mexicans
not do
done
a
for
goddamn
you?
thing about it. As
What
if
have
per
Mexicans
several
done
research
for you?
studies, even now,
He
we
can't
see a
say
large
it.
portion of the
We don't
population
want it.
against things like
White
DEI,
man educated
against
him.
things like
The
affirmative
white
action,
man
which was
employed
overturned
him.
by the Supreme
The
Court.
white man
Again,
fed
because of the
him.
white men. So on,
White
so
man
forth.
clothed him.
So we're just
But
supposed to
he
have a
wants-
blind allegiance
It
solely
sucks,
based
bro.
off of population. I think that's one of the dumbest fucking
It
arguments
sucks.
you can ever make whatsoever, and that is
the
that is
truth.
detrimental. Thank God,
It's
black
the
people aren't as
truth.
fucking stupid as you to just say white people gave us this, so we should be up-de-doos with them. You moron.
truth.
Do better. Make a
Mexicans
better
have
fucking
done
argument.
Nothing for you, bro.
W's in the chat to
Done nothing for you.
Hold on.
They've employed
Hold
you.
on.
They've educated
I have a couple
you.
before, so I'm
They've
gonna get into
done
all this in a
of these
second.
things.
W's
you
in the
don't
chat
wanna
to
admit
Melanie
it.
for the $20
You
Venmo.
don't
Pepper
wanna
banned
admit
him
it.
like
It's
his
the
daddy
truth.
did. Unfortunately, his daddy didn't do good enough because instead
It's
of him
the
running
truth.
down his mother's leg 20, 30, 40 years ago,
Hey,
he's
Neo,
here
it's
touting
the
out this
truth. Don't
nonsense
get
again.
mad.
W's to you.
can't
W's in the chat to Sean for the $2 PayPal. How do they still feel
Analyze the
safe to invoke
relationship.
Charlie Kirk unfounded
you
talking
getting
point?
more
This
from?
is the highest degree of white MAGA insanity.
more
Yes, the
from
fuck
white
it is.
people or
Yes, the fuck it
Hispanics?
is. W's in the chat to Alex
Are you
for the
getting more
$10
from
Venmo.
Asians
Fuck
or
this
white
racist
people?
piece of shit. Better yet, correction. Fuck
Who
this
adopts
racist piece
these
of
black
shit.
kids?
W's to you, Alex. W's to
Who
you, Alex.
teaches black children?
Hold on. I gotta do math. I gotta do some math here.
Who creates these schools and these jobs and that government?
W's in
that
the chat to Gucci for the
Who
$15
pays atten-
Venmo. Permaban Fun. W's in the chat to you,
telling
Gucci.
you, bro.
W's in the chat to you.
At the end of the day, you don't have an argument.
W's in the
White-
chat to Shauna for the $25
people have done more
Venmo.
for you,
Jesus fucking Christ. Hashtag PBAN. Hashtag PBAN.
telling you, just mad. It's the truth.
W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Lana or Lana
You
for the
are
$1 Venmo.
living
Tell him
better
if it weren't for black people, he would still be sculled from hygiene-based illnesses, and they still don't wash their legs. When's the last
the
time you
end of
washed
the
your legs,
day-
Dun Dun?
At the end of the day,
Dun Dun. When's the last time you washed your legs?
at the same time, you got the rope burns from around your neck.
Oh, so you're
So
nasty.
the thing
then.
is this, right? What I'm telling is the truth. It's the truth, though.
The last
You
time a
get
rope
mad
was
at me
around
all-
my neck was
I
a
don't think
couple of years ago, you nasty
sure-
fuck.
I'm sure
I
Jesse
love how you
Smollett-
just thought
I'm
you was
sure
going to get some
Jesse
type of
Smollett-
funny and
I know, I'm
racism,
sure
and you
Jesse
just show what a
Smollett-
dirty
What I
fuck
am
you are.
telling you- What I am telling you is that you haven't had a response to my argument. You can keep with these fake laughs, but you don't have a response. At the end of the day,
Bro said the last time you had a rope around your neck. Nigga, years ago, you nasty fuck. Go wash your ass. Yo, listen. It's called Native. I strongly suggest Native, right? There's a body wash called Native. It's very natural, simple ingredients, less than 10. It's extremely healthy, okay? And it gives you a nice, fresh cleaning. You don't have to worry about breakouts and everything else. Native is an amazing soap. And you're going to need some Native to wash out tens of hundreds of years of dirt on your crusty ass. I just want to point that out. You probably should take a bath. You should be in the shower right now. I should hear water running from your microphone right now. All right, cool. Would you like to go ahead and tell me what answer or question I didn't answer? What question did I not answer, you dumb fuck?
once again,
What question did I not
what
answer,
group
you
of
dumb
people have benefited
Oh,
black people
wow.
the most.
It's almost as if you want me to answer the question for the
It's
third
the
time.
truth. You haven't
Almost
answered.
as if you
That's
want me
not
to answer
true.
the question for the
That's
third
not
time.
true.
So your argument,
That's
you
not
dumb
true.
fuck, is not that I haven't answered
That
the
is not
question.
true.
It's that I haven't
It's
answered the
wrong.
question in the way you want
It's
me
wrong.
to answer the question.
It's wrong.
Oh, so now
You
your
can get
argument is that I
sassy all
did
you
answer
want.
the question. Yes,
You
I'm
can
very
get sassy
sassy.
all
I
you
am
want.
extremely sassy. I am
know, you're a
sassy
homosexual. You're a
McSassboo.
fruit.
Absolutely. I am not a homosexual, but it is what it is. If you
are
want
gay.
me to
You're-
be,
you're-
I
you're
wish
a
you the
little
best of
sweet.
luck.
You got sugar
Unfortunately,
in your
even
tank.
if I
You
was,
definitely
I
got
probably
sugar in
wouldn't
your
suck you off.
You are-
So
you
with
are-
that being
you
said,
do have
your
sugar in
new
your
argument is that I did
Your
answer the
little
question
sweet
after you've been
arguments,
sitting here lying
your
for the
little
past
laughing.
couple minutes that I didn't. Your new
the
argument is
truth,
that my
bro.
answer
I'm
is
telling you, it's
wrong.
the truth.
Would you like to substantiate how my answer is wrong?
Your answer is wrong. I just told you.
How is
Everything,
it wrong?
dude.
How is it wrong?
I'm trying to tell you. Quit snapping
Tell
your
me.
fingers and let me tell you, fruit.
Tell me.
Let me quit
I
snapping
didn't
your
snap
fingers.
my
I don't need all
fingers.
the- I
None
didn't
of my
snap your
fingers
fingers.
snapped.
Bro, you definitely.
None of my
you
fingers
definitely
snapped.
got wieners in your butt, bro. You definitely taken
None of my
none of
none of my
you
things
definitely
snapped.
have, bro. Yes, you have. What I am telling you is this: all the things that you have provided to you, right?
Actually, I got
the
it.
schools you go to, the infrastructure you live in, the jobs that mainly employ black people, those come from whom? They don't come from black people.
Go ahead and block him. 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 We didn't hit it. To be clear, we're close. We didn't hit it. He literally just got us a flag, and we were a couple short, but fuck it. Fuck it. We'll do a discount. We'll do a discount. We'll do a discount. Okay, I gotta read some shit here. Because I missed this one a couple minutes ago. Shit, I missed this one a while ago. I'm so sorry, Kayla. W's in the chat to Kayla for the $15 Venmo. My peasant contribution for your riches, sir. Thank you for being the people's millionaire. W's in the chat to Kayla. W's in the chat to Kayla. I appreciate your support. Let's see. Did I miss this one? I may have missed this one. Let me double check. W's in the chat to Mason for the $5 Venmo. Caller doesn't recognize that skin color has literally nothing to do with current events, and he should love and respect the people that are different than him and listen to him, especially when they spit facts. Grow a brain listener. I think you were talking about T-Bone. I believe this was a dono for T-Bone. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Mason once again for the $2 Venmo. Caller just stated unity when he was complaining about skin color. I can't, bruh. Yeah. Oh, I read that one already. I read this one already. I got this one. I got this one. I got that one. I got that one. W's in the chat to Sandy for the $5 Venmo. Who helped make white people succeed? Black people. What do you know, Sandy? What do you know? It's almost as if black people were utilized as currency and cattle to put white people in the class that they were in for hundreds of years, and now we're supposed to thank them because they're the ones, per our fucking labor, who give us a little bit of rights. Isn't that fucking crazy, Sandy? Isn't that fucking crazy, Sandy? It's like slapping the shit out of your... you know what? I apologize. That could be a trigger warning. Let me revise this. It's like causing physical harm to someone. Okay? It's like causing physical harm to someone and then paying for a portion, not even the full, a portion of their medical bill. Damn, that's crazy that happened to you. Let me help cover that bill that I just put on your ass. What the fuck are we doing, bro? What kind of fucking argument is that? W's in the chat to you, Sandy. W's in the chat to Michelle for the $10 PayPal. Here's another. This fucking guess is disgusting and embarrassing. I don't know how you do it. Neither do I. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Kristen for the $2.22 Venmo for some good juju. Thank you so much. We need some good juju. Big W's to you. Big W's to you. W's in the chat to Laura for the $2 Venmo. I bet you're glad you already got that 50 after that guy. You goddamn fucking right I am. You goddamn fucking right I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. If Ren didn't send that 50, I would have lost that bet right there. That would be the guess. That would be the guest. I would have lost the bet right there. That would have been it. That would have been over. That would have been it. I was like, fuck your 50, Ren. Fuck you. Fuck your 50. Fuck this guy. I would have lost the bet. Because holy shit. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? I'm calm now. I'm calm now. White people are overwhelmingly teaching your kids, so you should thank white people. Did I? Okay. Just want to double check. That's probably what it was, Erica. Okay, because yeah, y'all were saying he was permabanned before. If they're permabanned, they're blocked. And that's on every account. Once I notice I just drop you. A permaban is a permaban. We do drop funds. That's different from a permaban. Most of the time, this is only maybe the third permaban fund we've ever done. I don't typically ban a lot of people because I don't typically get people that piss y'all off enough to ban or piss me off enough to ban. It's mostly drop. So no, he was definitely dropped before, but he was never permaban. Y'all will never be hearing the likes of him on this platform again. Okay. Trump supporters request up in the box here the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're on the tube side, you may call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. That has to be one of the craziest arguments I've ever heard. First and foremost, when I was talking about unity with the Latino community, Hispanic community, South American, Mexican, whatever, all the communities, when I was talking about that, I was talking about defending them. I was talking about in defense of them from, let's see, white supremacist talking points, such as they're inherently anti-black, which again, a true statement, but then it's more used as an attack ad, the way he was doing it. And they're a net negative and this and that. That's what I was talking about. And yes, I advocate for unity across all groups of people, across all demographics. He heard, why is he up here advocating for them, but they're not saying anything about white people? I'm sorry, the majority of my audience watching right now is white. White people, let's do a test. Let's do a test, white people. Let's do a test, white people. And the maggots that are here, you can fuck off. To all the white people who follow me, who support me, who like the things I have to say, whatever the fuck it is, okay? Has there ever been a time where you've ever felt that I treated you unjustly or have said something unjust to you based off the color of your skin? Has there ever been a fucking time where you felt like I would not unite with you solely based off the fact that you're white? Because that's where you guys keep getting this shit fucked up. That's exactly where you guys keep getting this shit fucked up. It was an unknown number anyway. I didn't get to it in time. That's where you guys keep getting this shit fucked up. I don't sit up on this platform and demonize white people on a daily basis. What the fuck is the point of that? When we say white people, you know what white people we're talking about. Fun fact, if you're not the cracker who fits the definition of the shit I'm saying, you have nothing to worry about. You ever heard the statement, if it doesn't apply, let it fly? And if it does make you feel some type of way, oh shit, you have some work to do, buddy. Fuck you. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. And Erica knows what I'm talking about, okay? There was an individual, huge supporter of this platform the early days when I started doing debates. Throwing the money and the links, throwing the TikTok coins, all this different stuff. I started hanging out with Erica. Especially during this time where Erica was more so the person who got in depth about race. I talked about racial issues, but Erica got that shit off the bat, right? She really did. Very few people can speak on it the way Erica can. So my platform was a little bit different, where white people watching me, mostly I focus on Trump. Sometimes I'll talk about racial issues, but on a very surface level. Erica will break it down. She'll talk about inherent racism and everything else, which is another thing white people can't seem to get over. This fucking person that followed my platform, that loved everything that I had to say, and did some other weird shit we won't get into. This fucking person sent me a message, a paragraph. And this fucking person had some issues. They said, I will no longer be watching your platform, especially when Erica's around. They said, I don't like the things she has to say. All she does is shit on white people. All she does is down them. All she does is this and that. Hold on.
Call from
Whatever your name is, give me a second. Okay? I just can't stand the way she talks about them. And I can't watch you anymore. I just can't be around that. I've never done anything to black people. I'm a good person. I've only ever dated black guys. I'm being fucking serious. Those are words that came out of her mouth. I've only ever dated black guys. I support black people on the platform. Like, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. All this shit. And I responded to her in a lot more words than what I'm about to tell y'all. I said, you are the whole goddamn problem. You're the whole goddamn problem. You're the whole goddamn problem. You're the whole goddamn problem. Enough on that. If you tune into my live and you think I just hate you because you're black, and I say fuck you because you're black, and I don't want what's good for you, particularly if you are an individual who's trying to deconstruct from racism and advocate for the upliftment of the black community on equitable grounds that we've never been given, you don't have to worry about shit. If you challenge that, you're my op. You're my enemy. If it doesn't apply, let it fucking fly. I do know I have a couple more donos. I'll get to that in a second. Don't want to keep these fuckers waiting because they're impatient. Y'all got me on my goddamn soapbox. What do you say your name was, caller?
John.
John? John or Sean?
John.
John, got you. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you regret your vote?
No.
Okay, cool. I think I can give you several reasons as to why you should, but first and foremost, what has Donald Trump done in the last year at least that warrants your continued support for him?
Well, I just had a quick question from watching the stream about that you were just talking about with Cracker and how if it doesn't apply to you, don't be worried about it. Wouldn't that same thing apply to the N-word?
No.
Why?
Simple. Cracker wasn't a word created by black people to degrade white people. Do you know that?
But it's used that way.
Not necessarily.
Same with the N-word.
So I would never call my audience crackers. Did you know why? Do you know why I wouldn't call my audience crackers?
Why don't you fill me in?
Because crackers is in reference to a particular demographic of white people. And again, the word was invented by white people. It's actually to reflect the crack that the whip would make on the sound of our backs. It wouldn't be a racist term. You can say it's an impolite term, 6,000%. There's nothing nice about it. But it's not a racial slur to the degree of nigger. That makes sense?
I agree to disagree.
I'm sure you do. Would you like to talk about Trump now?
We can, sure. I was just calling about that comment, but...
No, you don't want to talk about the fact that the President of the United States is a raging racist?
Give me an example.
No?
I said, give me an example.
Give you an example? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll go with the most recent one, actually. Donald Trump reposted a post on Truth Social that depicted the Obamas on monkeys. You think that's racist?
He posted a lot of animals of people.
Oh, are you referencing the other political officials in the video?
Well, yeah, that'd be pretty common sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Can you tell me which one of those animals directly correlates with a racial stereotype or slur that's been perpetuated against that community member ever? Like, whenever they put, I guess, I forgot what animal Chuck Schumer was on. Can you tell me how that animal was associated with his race and used as a slur to promote 400 years of slavery?
Well, it seems like you guys find race in every little thing, so if he didn't tippy-toe around your feelings, I mean, that doesn't bother me.
So your response to the Obamas, black people being on monkeys, a racist stereotype, okay, is that other people will put on animals. My question to you is, what other animal associated with the race of the person put on said animal warrants the same thing as the historical context behind black people and the negative association with gorillas?
So you think Trump made the video?
I think you need to answer my question.
I don't need to do anything.
Well, you do.
So you think Trump made the video?
I didn't say Trump made the video. I said he reposted it.
Okay, he posted a funny video, and there was a part
you
in
think
it
it's
that
funny?
you didn't. I think overall, yeah, I think the video was funny.
What was the entire video?
it was likened to the Lion King of a bunch of Democrats.
What was the
and
entire video that Trump posted?
Well, I don't remember the entire video. I remember pieces of the video.
So you're just
I
talking
didn't
about
sit
the
down and
animal
watch it.
video, right? Okay. So what was funny about the animal video?
Thought it was funny how he
What was
made
funny about it?
that he likened people to animals.
Yeah. Better yet, specifically, we didn't even talk about the entire video. When I specifically referenced the Obama on monkeys part, you said that part was funny. So what was funny about that?
I didn't say that particular them
That
being
was the part that we
monkeys
were
was
referencing
funny.
in the moment, not the entirety of the video. And you said it was funny. Trump posted a funny video.
No, it wasn't. You can go back and listen to it. It's not exactly what was said.
No. Okay.
So you can
So
try to
you
get
don't
your
think
guy.
it's funny?
No, it's not working. I think the entirety of the video
You think
was
the
funny.
entirety of the
Seeing
video
everybody
is
as
funny.
animals.
Okay. So it being funny to
And
you
if
would
you
negate
saw
the fact
them
that it
being
would still be
monkeys as
racist what
racist,
was
I
done
think
to the
that's a you
Obamas.
problem.
Hey, if you think it's funny,
Hey,
go
hey,
ahead.
hey,
You have a
hey.
fucking weird sense of
That's what
humor.
horses
That
eat.
still
You
wouldn't
and-
negate
that's
the
more
fact.
animals.
Yes, you can call me horseface. That's fine. That still wouldn't negate the fact that the depiction of the Obamas on monkeys in the section that he posted would still be racist, and you cannot challenge that with the rest of the video, considering that no other animal that these other officials were posted up on was associated with what was put on black people and monkeys. Like it's two completely different things. And if you say it's not, you'd be ignorant to the reality of the situation, unless you can rebut what I'm saying. Can you tell me when snakes had some type of negative stereotype associated with white people that had hundreds and hundreds of years of subjugation associated with it?
You probably would have found whatever animal you put as a black person, you would have found a problem with it. If you would have put it as an elephant, you would have said, oh, well, elephants are held captive and they get whipped, and black people were whipped once.
I could do that,
You'd have to be a
except there is
victim in
no
every single
historical
scenario.
context whatsoever to support a elephant being negatively associated with black people. Nice try, though. So do you
No, I brought up
think if a black person is put on a bald eagle, that would be racist?
I don't think the original was racist.
Have black people historically been associated with monkeys in media, in stereotypes, in quips? Yes or no?
I've heard it used as a derogatory term.
Oh. So what makes it derogatory versus when it's not?
What? Oh, that could be used for a lot of words.
What makes
It's
it
in the
derogatory
intent.
versus
It's in the
when
intent.
it's not?
The intent.
The intent. Okay. Can you give me an instance where a black person was depicted as a monkey and the intent wasn't racist?
You'd have to know more of the backstory. You have to know what the person means. Just because they use them as a monkey
See,
doesn't
here's
mean
the thing.
that they're
Here's the thing,
racist.
my guy. I'm using Trump's backstory to support my claim that he's racist. I'm using his about 60 years of being racist
That's
towards
what I'm
black
asking.
people
Give me an example. Not
to
that he
support my
posted
claim.
someone as a
I just want to
monkey.
make that
Give
super
me-
duper clear.
what's
I'm
his
not saying this
backstory?
one
Him being
instance
racist.
makes him racist, although I can make one fucking hell of an argument that it does. I'm
What's
saying
his
we have about
backstory?
60 year, well documented, of just how
Okay,
disgusting he's
it's well
been towards black
documented.
people
Let's
in
hear it.
rhetoric. And in
Let's
some
hear this
cases,
well
actions.
documented.
Cool, great. Do you remember when him and his little daddy were sued for back in the 70s?
Almost 60 years ago. What was that?
You were asking me to document it, so I decided to go
Okay,
all
yeah,
the way
I'm
back.
asking. Okay,
and I'm
about
gonna paint
60
a
years
pattern.
ago, what was it that he was sued for?
Racial discrimination. They
And what was
settled
the
out of
outcome of
court.
it?
Cool. Let's go ahead in time.
And
Are you
what was
aware
the
of
outcome
the
of
instances that took place with the Central Park Five and Donald Trump?
Wait, why are we skipping? What was the
I'm not
outcome of
skipping
him being
over.
sued?
I literally told you the outcome. There was a settlement. I literally told you. Do you need the specific details
So
of the
they
lawsuit?
didn't find there was a settlement, so they didn't find him guilty of anything, right?
It didn't go to criminal court.
Okay.
He wasn't criminally guilty of anything.
So
No, that's how a settlement
zero
works. That's
zero
what
things
happens.
proven. Next.
It literally is proven. It would be proven in the settlement. It would be in the documents of the settlement. It's just not a criminal conviction. You understand how settlements work, right? It
Yeah, I
doesn't
understand how
negate the
settlements work.
evidence. It just simply says you're not criminally
So
charged
what's
of doing
what's
said
the
thing.
evidence behind it?
Him marking the applications of black people and other groups of color, putting C on their applications and using that to deny them housing, regardless of if they met the qualifications or not. Black people
And then,
going into
okay,
his
so to
establishment being
offset that,
denied housing. We had someone do an experiment back then. I forgot the name of the young woman who supported the black man who did this, where a black man went in and he went in when the sign was out and said houses or places were open, and they said, oh, we don't have anything. So he had worked alongside a white woman to go in the next day, and then bam, it was open to her. That was in the settlement.
okay, so then years later, when he's the one that is paying for an apartment for black people,
Paying for an apartment for black people? Who's that?
I forget her name.
Jennifer Hudson, isn't it?
There you go.
How do you think I know that?
What?
How do you think I knew that? The name of the error in the instance. How do you think I knew that?
I don't know your backstory.
I just want you to take a wild guess. Tell me why you thought I was able to say that so easily. Tell me why you thought that would just be on the top of my brain. Tell me. I want you to think a little bit. I just want you to use your brain for a bit. Tell me why you think that would be at the top of my
Here's
brain.
an answer for you, because you know.
Because I know. Okay. And why would I know that?
I'm not playing this fucking game.
It's not a game. I just need you to answer
Idiot.
questions.
You're trying to be condescending. It's
I'm
dumb.
not trying to be condescending.
You are.
Not really.
It's not working.
I can be. I can start. Oh yeah, that is a good point, Erica. He was reinvestigated in '78 for the same shit. That is true. That is correct.
And what they find then?
All that stuff. Never went to court again. We still have the settlement for the records. Cool. So the
Well,
reason
it
why I
says
knew what
reinvestigated.
happened with Jennifer Hudson, my guy, is because I do this on a daily basis. And I argue the exact same shit with you numbskull motherfuckers. And you deny it every single time. That's why I knew
What
it.
am I denying?
You can probably try to bring up other instances of good things he's done for black people. And I'm just going to skip the hard part.
Well,
I'm not going to sit
that's
here
why
and break down the
you
intricate
say he's
details
racist,
of race with
but would a
you. I don't give a
racist do
fuck what your
good
position
things
is
for
on
black
slavery. I'm tired. I don't care. I'm just going to ask you a simple question. Does your proximity to blackness negate racism? And since you're probably too stupid to understand what I'm asking, I'm going to break it down a little bit more. Now I'm being condescending. So let's say you like black women, caller?
Oh, boy.
Do you like black women?
Would a racist
Do you like black women?
do anything nice for a black
Do you
person?
like black
a
women?
Racist.
It's a yes or no question. The more you don't answer, you don't look good here. Do you like black women?
I don't care what I look like. I don't see color.
Sure, but color exists. Do you like black women?
But I don't see it. I'm colorblind.
Sure. Wow. Actually, you know what? Never mind. You're colorblind. But you were so bothered by this conversation, Mr. Colorblind. You called in because you didn't like that term I said cracker. But you're colorblind.
No, I wasn't.
Isn't that
bothered by it.
interesting?
I asked if it was the same.
Chat. He's colorblind. But he really saw color when it made him uncomfortable when I said cracker. That just didn't sit right with his soul. But now
doesn't
you're
bother me at
colorblind.
all.
This is
I
exactly
wonder
why
why
I
it
say
bothers
the
you
argument I don't see race is one of the most racist fucking things you can say. Because they do see race. We don't have a fucking choice but to see race. They just use
I
it
didn't say I
conveniently
didn't
to
see race.
excuse their
You idiot.
racism. That's all
You
it is.
dumbass.
Anyone who doesn't see race is
I
a
didn't say
raging
race,
racist
idiot.
piece of shit. Because they selectively see it when it comes to them and their fee-fees. So listen to me, you degenerate piece of shit. I hope you
Who
do a
said
backflip
race,
off a
dumbass?
balcony. And I want you to do a backflip off a balcony because I encourage on this platform acrobatics. I think is an incredible thing for you to be as flexible as possible in 2026. Okay? What are you doing in 2026 not being flexible? And if you can't do a backflip off of a certain distance, then you're not going to be the most stern. You need more calcium in your bones. So please, Americans, All Americans, I encourage you to be strong enough in your bones, in your athleticism, in your acrobatic, everything. I encourage you to be athletic enough to be able to do backflips off of certain heights. 580 people in the live, 580 people in the live. We get the likes up to 400K and beyond. Double tap that screen. If you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST and randomly throughout the week. Also, send your daily heart meets if you haven't already. Consider becoming a fan club member. You get a couple cool stickers when you do. It also really helps support the stream. Let's knock out this little live goal here. We need 55 more of the DJ vinyls. 55 more of the DJ vinyls. That helps boost us out in the FYP. And repost the live, share it, add to your story, send it to your group chats. And the best ways to support the platform is going to be the links in the bio. Not Cash App today. Cash App is down, but Venmo and PayPal. Hector Talks with 2 R's and Hector Pal with 2 O's and 2 R's. If you're over on the tube side, you may send a super chat or a super sticker. In fact, I may have had some that I missed. Give me a second. W's in the chat to Sean for the $5 super chat. I know this is wholly inadequate to apologize for them, for they know not what they... Oops, shit, excuse. Seriously, I'm embarrassed, humiliated. W's in the chat to you, Sean. W's in the chat to you. And I did have some thank yous to read off it for a bit. W's in the chat to Cabrina for the $21.05 PayPal, my monthly retribution for the continued stupidity of my fellow years. Is this past reparations? Are you paying reparations for your past self? Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Cabrina. I appreciate you. W's in the chat to you. W's in the chat to Dan for the $5 Venmo. As one of my favorite people in this app, I feel like I need to contribute to a permaban fund, even though you already did it. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dan. W's to you. Oh, shit. W's in the chat to Stacy for the $5 Venmo. You deserve a drink after that last dude. I deserve a lot of things, man. Whew, man. Give me a second. Let me find this. Okay. All right. Notice whenever you got really specific with the questions, when you got specific with the instances of race, all of a sudden he didn't see color. I just thought that was funny. I'm just really at a point where when you just show your bullshit this early, this like I'm not wasting my time trying to talk to you. I'm not wasting my time trying to engage with you. I'm done calling y'all's feelings. I'm done explaining to you guys shit that you don't care to learn, things that you refuse to pick up a book on. For the most part, a large portion of them on their base, they only watch these lives to find things to nitpick as. That's all they care about. Raging racist piece of shit whose daddies probably have the hood still in their goddamn basements. Why am I wasting my time with you? Why? What are we doing? Any cases, Trump supporters, if you'd like to request up and have a conversation that is not about race, request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you can call the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Literally everyone sees colors. What you do is the problem. Yeah. I just find this shit crazy. The stuff that they would say. I just find this shit crazy. I may have scared them all off, though. Y'all had me take extra ashwagandha today. This right here, okay? This right here is a 30-day supply of ashwagandha. This is the Force Factor Amazing Ashwa plus Superfoods ashwagandha chewies, all right? This is what they look like. Okay, I take these every morning, and that's how I do what the fuck I do. The ashwagandha fund is real. I'm not joking when I say there's an ashwagandha fund. And I took 4 of these. You're supposed to take 2 a day. I took 4 of these, bro. And it typically happens when I do these lives, where sometimes this 30-day supply lasts like 16. The 30-day supply sometimes get cut down in half because listening to these people say the shit that they say is insane. But I want to take this moment to shout out Expo Marker down there, okay? Which is fucking hilarious because if it wasn't for Expo Marker, I would be somehow balling this all up for $50. So W's to Expo Marker for allowing a nigga to let it out, okay? W's to you for allowing a nigga to let it out. That's all I'm saying. W's in the chat to hash for the $2 super chat. Hashtag free Palestine. From the river to the sea, motherfucker. From the river to the sea, 6,000%. W's in the chat to you. Thank you for your support. Anyway, how y'all doing? We're coming up on the 3-hour mark. Should I call it? Should I call it, yo? I feel like I should call it. Gucci, you always gonna say no. You always gonna say no. Gucci is one messy mod, man. Gucci is one of the messiest mods in the game. Gucci don't give a damn about my mental health. Hold on. So I got a bunch of messages. Some of these I actually have to respond to. Okay. I got you, Daddy-O. I'm going to get her. And my mic went down. I'm going to get her modded up in a second, Daddy-O. That's his username. Y'all chill out. Chris Monfort, 3. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it in a bit. I'll do it in a bit. Alrighty. What did most of you say? But no. Follow your heart. Look, somebody cares about my mental health. No, stay forever. Wow, I expected better from you, Ferret. Nope. No. None of you care about my mental health. Not none of you. The majority of you don't care about my mental health, and it's really sad. It's actually really sad. I expected better from y'all. And it's crazy that y'all waited until we were out of Black History Month to show how much you don't give a fuck. Y'all weren't talking this reckless. Back in February. Y'all weren't talking this reckless in February. I just will let you know. February, y'all knew your place. February, like, okay, let's chill. Let's give him a break. The second March came in. They said, fuck that nigga. It's crazy. Alrighty, fine, whatever. We'll do this for a little bit more. Trump supporters request up in the box. You're the demographic of people I'd like to have a conversation with. If you're over on the tube side, you may call on the number on screen, 737-295-5321. Trump supporters, this is the space for you, the safe space for you to show if you regret your vote. If you do, I want to know, what did you in? Was it Donald Trump's actions recently? Was it his past? Was it a post that he made? What exactly made you see the lights? Because I know, and I'm spoken to, we have the counter of people who regret their vote. So this is a safe space for you to express that, as we saw earlier on the live with the first young lady, W's in the chat to Ambrosia. And if you're a Trump supporter who does not regret your vote for him, guess what? I still want to talk to you as well, because I can give you several reasons as to why you should. I don't think denial is healthy. I don't think denial is healthy in the slightest. I think accepting reality is a very important part of being like a well-functioning, well-rounded individual. And you guys just don't seem to care about that at all. At all. We have someone coming up with the username, Your Average Republican. And I just want to let y'all know, even though no one's paying me to do this, I'm going to completely reset. I recently found out, or at least I believe, that I have tinnitus or tendonitis, a constant ringing in the ear. And every time I crash out, it gets louder. So I need to really chill out on that, actually. Not you calling in. The second I get a fucking guest up. 1 second.
Call from
Dalton.
Dalton, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
Do you regret your vote?
No.
Not in the slightest.
Why would I regret it?
I can give you several reasons as to why you should regret it. I believe Donald Trump is a pathological liar, and someone who lies as much as he does cannot be trusted to run anything in the United States.
I think he does mislead, to a degree. But would you say most people mislead in political?
No.
The government? You don't think most people mislead?
Better yet, actually, I take that back. Intentionally? Yeah, I guess there could be room for that argument.
I mean, some of his, but I would say most of his so-called lies are misleading from over
he like it's too short or it's over exaggerated. I wouldn't say most of his stuff is blatant.
Okay, for the sake of this argument, I'm just going to say sure, yes. I'm going to say most politicians, if they don't just straight up lie, they're going to say something misleading. And now I'm going to get messy. I'm going to compare the parties in regards to which one of them promote the most misleading statements. And that is undeniably the Republican Party, especially under the Trump administration.
Yeah, but about what? Like, would it be, would it equal to what they lie about?
Yeah. I don't know of a lie any bigger than the president of the United States 6 years afterwards still saying that he lost the election in 2020. Or not lost the election, had the election stolen from him, excuse me, in 2020.
Yeah, didn't they get like the votes from Georgia to like investigate?
The investigation from Georgia didn't show anything fraudulent or substantial enough to support his claim that the election was stolen from him.
Oh, so that investigation's done?
It's still ongoing. Donald Trump has launched several investigations into several counties and has shown nothing from them. At least nothing to support his claim.
Not yet, but but I mean, that's what he's believing. That's what he wants to push for.
Yeah, I know he believes it.
Truthfully, yeah, but I would, if it was a waste of time, yeah, then, but I don't think he's really like too focused on that. I think that he mainly branched that off to like somebody else, but
he's been pretty goddamn focused on that.
Is it a lie?
He talks about it on a daily basis. He's been spearheading all of these investigations. He's currently attacking and threatening to withhold funding from states that don't give up sensitive voter information. I'm in one of those states, Texas. Texas just gave off millions of citizens' personal data to the DOJ to find ways to illegitimize your vote. He's pretty obsessed with it.
You think he doesn't think it was rigged?
What? Say that again.
You believe he believes that it wasn't rigged and he's just doing it?
Yes, I would make the argument that Donald Trump very well knows that the election wasn't rigged.
Okay. What? Why is that one woman that just lost in Texas for Senate claiming that it was rigged and everybody's racist?
I'm sorry.
You believe that's true?
That's not what Jasmine Crockett is going around saying. Do you understand what she was talking about in her statements regarding the rigging of Republicans? Voting day in Dallas and what was the name of the second county, which is some of the two biggest counties in the state.
One guy, that kid.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit? Ken Paxton stopped an emergency order to extend voting hours, at least initially or afterwards. He stopped that emergency hour because there was some discrepancies on where people were supposed to go to vote. It was broader. You can go to different areas, and then he reduced it down to like your local thing, which was more difficult for some people to get to, gave them less time to go vote, backed up the lines. I knew people personally who spent up until like 10:30 that night in a line to vote in the general election. It was insane. And he didn't help it anymore. Those are all the ways that Republicans try to suppress votes and quote unquote rig elections in their favor.
So, okay, but some people can use the word, like to claim the word rigged, but Trump can't. It only to benefit too.
So I just gave you an example of Republicans literally doing something to put whatchamacallit. Why am I blanking on my goddamn words? I just gave you an example of something Republicans have done to pursue more votes in their favor.
Yeah, but
right?
Democrats do that too.
And then you need to give me an example of Democrats doing the same. Specifically recently, because if we're going to talk about, actually, we won't talk about gerrymandering, right? We can all agree that gerrymandering should be federally banned. To be super duper clear, the Democratic Party in the last couple of years have been the only party that's put forward 2 bills specifically to end that, and Republicans said no.
Yeah, but that's how it works, though. You can't say that because
I can say that based off of the way that they vote and their actions, that Republicans are extremely interested in rigging elections in their favor. Yes, I can absolutely say that. And Democrats, in no way, shape, or form, hold a candle to them in that regard.
To a candidate, but so they don't do it at all.
That's not what I said.
Okay, but
and again, there's no recent example I can think of a Democrat in power over any state or county that has done something to favorably please them in votes and disenfranchise Republicans.
Are you saying that Republicans rig it or try to rig it in a manner and the way?
That's what I've been saying this whole time. I gave examples of it too.
Okay, so you're saying election to a degree can be rigged?
Yes, of course elections can be
Okay,
rigged.
so when Trump says it, why is it?
Because Trump has been claiming it for the past 6 years with no evidence. Do you know that we already had court cases, several court cases for it way back in the day and even well into, I want to say 2022, in some cases 2023. We're still reviewing all this alleged evidence that he can't substantiate. You do understand when it comes to fraud in our elections, we've had a fraud in every single federal election ever, right? You do know that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, you have stolen identities and stuff, so there's always going to be like some type of.
Yeah, so using the insignificant amount of fraud to say that an entire election was stolen from you by about 8 million votes by Joe Biden, that would be ridiculous.
You can't say it's insignificant when you say every vote matters.
I can say it's insignificant. I can say every vote matters. It's not good that people put out fraudulent ballots while at the same time looking at the vast majority of our federal elections and showing that every single one is showing insignificant fraud to support any claim that an election was rigged in this person's favor.
But then you want to make it easier to vote, right?
Yeah.
For other people, and then like
making it easier doesn't make it less legitimate. 2020, Michelle Black, 2020 was about 8 million votes. Joe Biden got 81 million. Donald Trump got 73. Go ahead.
Yeah. He lost. 2024 is the only year he won the popular vote. He didn't win it in 2016, did he? I don't think so.
And? Wait, what?
I don't know what your point was.
Donald Trump didn't win the popular vote in 2020.
In 2024, he did. That was his first time.
I mean, popular vote officially, by being over 50%, no. But in regards to majority, yes.
Yeah, that was his only time. So I don't know what you're saying. Like, oh, you're comparing it to Biden.
And actually, not even the majority. Correction. He won more than Kamala Harris, the Democratic candidate. But if we're talking about the majority, then no, because then we'd have to count third-party candidates, those bullshit ballots where people writing Kanye West, so on and so forth. But yeah, you get the gist.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Do you believe that the election was stolen from Donald Trump in 2020?
Not really, no. I couldn't tell you, but I don't sit around and drag on it, probably like he does. But if he really feels like he did, though, I mean, he's investigating it. I don't really see a problem with it.
Do you think people's feelings can be dangerous?
Of course.
Okay. So you don't think Donald Trump alleging these elections being stolen, doing things like having rich millionaire, billionaire officials buy, say, Dominion voting machines, can be a risk to free and fair elections in this country? You don't think things like maybe having the richest man in the world put out like raffles in, what was it, Pennsylvania, $1 million a day for people who vote? You don't think that could be something that jeopardizes the free and fair election integrity that we should have in this country?
No.
No?
No.
So if Kamala Harris in the 2024 election got up on a stage and said, hey, we're going to give out $1 million a day, and this is backed by, who's that guy you guys can't fucking stand so much? George Soros. Backed by George Soros, we're going to give out $1 million a day to people who vote. You don't think Republicans would have lost their fucking minds? That's not something you would have been uncomfortable with? That's something I can tell you as a Democrat I would have been uncomfortable with. I would have been like, no, this should be banned. This shouldn't be a thing. This should be illegal.
It should be banned, but I don't think it. I mean, how would they? They would have to go through past records after you voted, but so then you would have to wait, and would you even trust that? And if so, those are the type of people you wouldn't even want voting for your politician, really. I mean, they're sellouts. That's like a politician, a sellout. And if people want to do that just for some money, that's fine by me.
That would be the whole
Cancel my vote.
goddamn point. There are votes counted.
Yeah, the government can know who you voted for. They can read your ballot.
It's not about
so, like,
knowing who they
like,
voted
if
for.
that
It's the
did work,
way they
would never
voted.
know.
$1 million behind them. That's the problem. We should not be incentivizing people to vote by their chance of making $1 million.
Well, that's your choice. Person's choice. You shouldn't. I can agree with that.
Your president did it. So his entire
Who did he
basis
pay?
of having an issue with the elections, quote unquote, not being free and fair, which he has yet to actually substantiate. In fact, all of his policies will be trying to make it less free and less fair. That single example and many others I can give you would show that he's contradictory. And he only cares about the votes when they help him win. He only cares about the legitimacy when they're in his favor.
That is almost every politician. You need votes. You need people.
No, that's not in every politician. Kamala Harris didn't do anything Donald Trump has done. Democrats overwhelmingly do not pass executive orders or support any bill or millionaire, billionaire that would do things to jeopardize the integrity of our
elections. I'm going to do this for this community or this state, and then screw them over or not do anything for them.
Okay, that's
happened.
a completely separate conversation. What we're talking about. You just went back to people who put out false promises, and you really don't want to go down that road with what Donald Trump promised he would do versus the way he walked it back almost days after getting in the Oval Office.
Like what?
Like what? Donald Trump ran off of making the government pay for women's IVF because he wanted to spearhead women having babies, which is, again, such a weird fucking thing to me. I don't mind the government playing a role in subsidizing individuals who want to start families. I actually think that's a fantastic thing. So does Donald Trump when it comes to the child tax credit. But then Donald Trump ran off of doing that, which is funny because it's socialist and everyone says he's anti-socialist, and then walked that shit back days after. Donald Trump popped up with new policies that he never even ran off of, specifically in regards to Greenland and Denmark. Then we can even see the actions of, like, I don't know, no new wars. And then we've had several instances where we got awfully close. And the current one we're in now with Iran.
Venezuela wasn't a war. I don't disagree. Do you disagree with that?
You don't think we're in a war right now? Or at least not
funding I think
one?
That's escalating to a degree. But hey, let's say they Iran threatened to kill Trump. Would you support if he went in and did what he did?
Iran threatens to do a bunch of things. What? The threats mean nothing. What evidence do they have to do, or not evidence? Tools or means that they have to do it. And to be clear, the tool that they've been utilizing has been the nuclear bomb. That's been the boogeyman that Republicans have been pushing forward. And then we have never been able to prove that they have this nuclear bomb.
Well, they're saying that they hired a guy to assassinate Trump and stuff, but he
What?
But anyways, Iran. But anyways, I'll give you something I disagree with. The tariffs of them failing on the tariffs, I think that was a disappointing thing, especially for farmers. Now, you could say that's what they get for being racist, I guess, because Trump's a racist, you're racist. But I think they took the biggest hit.
Yeah. So this guy here, who was convicted in this plot to take out Trump, There's making allegations of him being Iran backed, of course, because of the actions that we currently have in the Middle East. I think he was apparently a part of their paramilitary.
Yeah, like let's say but they're threatening. So but let's say if they are trying to kill Trump or your president, would you agree if they strike out that partial leader?
No,
or
we'd
would
have
you
to
be
prove
okay
it.
if your
We'd
president got
literally have to prove
assassinated
it.
or tried to get assassinated?
We'd have to prove it. I don't care about the actions of a few. I care about the actions of Iran detonating a nuclear bomb and taking us all out. And I would say that for any fucking president, that his feelings towards, in many cases, justified aggression towards him because of his nonsense isn't
So
a
when they
reason to
scream
go
death
start
to
a whole
America,
war in the Middle
do you
East.
believe them or no? You think they're just lying when they scream death to
I
America?
think, what?
Like when they scream death to America, do you think they're just bluffing or you just side-eye them?
Yes, they fucking hate us. They've hated us for some time. That didn't change the fact that they hated us in 2015 when the Obama administration worked to deal with them to where they couldn't enrich their nuclear energy or their uranium to amounts that would be weapons grade. We still were able to make deals with them. A lot of people hate us, justifiably so. I wouldn't say we can just go in and start striking them all.
Well, what? Why not?
Why not? Because World War, maybe?
So, okay. So let's say they okay. So should do you wait to get hit first or do you attack first?
What?
You know?
If we had credible intel that Iran was ready to detonate a nuclear bomb or get to the capacity to have a nuclear bomb, that would be a justifiable reason to strike them, specifically their
But it has to
bases.
be a nuclear bomb.
Absolutely.
It can't be assassination attempt.
That's
or
all I give a shit
anything
about.
else killing. Only
I don't think every single American should be threatened because of the acts of a few. I don't think we should be thrown into a war or our money should fund a war because of one assassination attempt, which, to be abundantly clear, as it sits right now, isn't proven to be directly because of the Iranian regime.
Look at with Bush, you get pushed into a war. It happens under many presidents. I don't think you ever.
Do you really want to use
you voted for them to implement that
September 11th as an example? Because we really royally fucked up in the 20 years that followed that.
Yeah, we did. But we didn't have a choice. You couldn't. That.
No, we did have a choice. All we had to do was worry about the people who did it. We did not have to be over there for as long as we did.
Yeah, but it became a patriotic thing,
Yes, I'm aware of warmongering becoming a patriotic thing to you guys.
Yeah. So it happens,
It happens is the best you have, really?
Yeah,
and then what happens to us?
You can't live in dream world where it's downsides and upsides. I think his biggest mistake was tariffs. And then you have basically the Supreme Court judge saying he basically checked the wrong boxes, and then used Biden's loan thing as
checking the wrong boxes is one hell of a watered down way to say the Supreme Court found his tariffs to be unconstitutional.
That's what he said.
And since then, we've had over 1,000 companies now sue the Trump administration, and they're liable to make billions of dollars back.
You lost your $1,700, they say.
What?
And the company give back your money. If the payout happened, that's what it would come down to.
If the payout happened, we'd pay for it. You know that, right?
Yeah, but you get no money. We get no money.
What do you mean we get no money?
We would get no money. You want to get your tax cut from the tariffs like Trump promoted, so that if they got settled, only
we got the tax cuts anyway. That is what? We got the tax cuts anyway.
No, like the 2,000 he was going to send out to everybody for like dealing with tariffs. His tariff
Oh,
fucking relief thing.
you're talking about when
Yeah.
Donald Trump explored the idea, or more so mentioned it, just to keep his base docile, of giving us $2,000 checks from tariff revenue?
He can't now.
You know why that
100%
was
he
a
can't.
really stupid idea? It's
Why?
a really stupid idea to promise Americans that you were going to do. He didn't promise. He didn't promise. It's a really stupid idea to float that around to Americans when your tariffs weren't consistent and could have been found, as we saw recently, unconstitutional.
Constitutional. Yeah.
So no, I'm not going to say the Supreme Court did a bad thing by upholding the Constitution, because he may have, and by may have I mean absolutely never fucking would have, and just floated around because that's all he does, given me an additional $2,000.
I think he would have, maybe. I don't know. But
You remember the
judge
Doge
said
checks
that
we
he
were
just
supposed
wants
to
a few
get?
boxes, so I don't know. I'm just saying that's something I disagree with, because the farmers got double whammy fucked. Companies made more money, and then you lost your money that you paid the extra prices for.
That's typically how it goes. But to be fair, he did put out a
Yeah.
couple $1 billion to bail them out. I'm not sure how substantial that was in terms of their total need. But again, that's the problem. If we keep implementing policies that we're just going to end up having to pay for, in some cases double, why the fuck do we keep doing it? This isn't the first time this has happened.
No, it's not. But that's like one of the only things I disagree with Trump. Other than that, he has my vote.
You don't disagree with his
I think that was just a
immigration
failure.
policies.
That was
You don't
just a
disagree
fail.
with his manipulation of the market. You don't disagree with his cuts on healthcare.
Like as in like snaps and stuff, or like what are you talking about?
Sure, we can talk about Snap. Do you have an issue with Snap?
No.
Okay, Donald Trump clearly does. Donald Trump
That's just,
literally
like,
threatened
misused, but other
millions of
than that, no, I don't
American families and children. Sorry, that sentence wrong. Millions of children were under threat of starvation when the Trump administration spearheaded shutting down the government over allegations that a bunch of undocumented migrants were getting health care and withheld payments for those families. Did you support that?
That's the shitty thing about when you're living off the government.
And so just so fuck
Like,
them.
So when the government shut down, do they still get their benefits?
They typically would, as we saw in the 2020 shutdown, but then the Trump administration this time around fought it, even though courts ordered to at least give out partial payments from a contingency fund where we had about 5.6 to 5.8 million sitting in the bank. Billion.
Billion. That's what happens when you're funded by the government. I mean, disabled, like if you're disabled, yeah.
God bless you.
You shut down the government, though. So I mean, I don't.
Thank you so much, Andy, for the whatever the fuck that was. So we're
I
just
can't really blame him for
casual.
that.
We're just going to be casual about Donald Trump fucking over Americans just because. Oh well, if you don't like it, get off of Snap. As if it's that easy.
I'm not saying it's that easy, but I don't think it's good. It puts us in more debt. It doesn't incentivize them to get out of debt. Like, I think citizens' goals should be not to have any debt. I think you should strive to have
Why
zero
you
debt.
think that
People want to
who
die
get
with debt.
any kind of government assistance don't strive to get out of debt? We would already have requirements for individuals to be applying for jobs. We would have checks and balances, in which case, don't get me wrong, I'd advocate for more, I guess, to ensure that people on Snap were the ones who should have gotten it, because every single person on it who didn't need the money was taking away from someone who did. Those are all things we can agree with, I would argue, but Donald Trump didn't run off of better vetting it. He run off of substantial cuts to it. via allegations of mass fraud that weren't even substantiated by the recipients, but more so by the administrators. By administrators, I mean the people issuing the payments. That's where the majority of fraud was. Fraud, which actually it's not even fraud, it's improper payments, mistakes.
Yeah, mistakes have consequences, I guess. You don't hate on them. You don't try to get them fired. You don't back that. You don't. Who hired those people? What states have the most fraud in those situations? So.
You said mistakes have consequences.
Yeah.
So you believe that individuals on these programs should suffer the consequences of mistakes made by the employees based off of false allegations of fraud by the President of the United States,
who
can't even substantiate what he's saying.
Government's not kind of like a business.
No, it's fucking not.
Kind of. You treat it like one. You want to fire that?
No, it shouldn't be treated like a business at all. It's not the government's goal.
I mean, you kind of do. Fire. I mean, that's you say fire.
If the government was supposed to be treated like a business, then its goal would be to step on your neck and keep you down, because businesses run off of profit. Profit is the driving force behind capitalism, okay? In which case, they don't really have to care that much about you, in which case we wouldn't have the Constitution where our civil rights are enshrined. If the government was supposed to be run off of a business, they can do anything and everything to you in the name of profit if the government should be run like a business, which we're seeing the Trump administration try to do in so many regards. That's one of the...
They're trying to make money. Yeah, they're trying to make money through other schemes of cutting fraud and stuff, but that's for debt reasons. I want to say it's like business. I mean, he treated the government in a business type to earn money, kind of.
And he's been doing a terrible job. He's the one who's added the largest amount to the national debt within half the time of a maximum presidency. He did this in his first term. $8 trillion in 4 years.
Yeah, a lot on defense and stuff. And COVID. You have Ukraine.
The majority of it had nothing to do with COVID. Also, what war in Ukraine? I said his first term.
Yeah.
We weren't funding the war in Ukraine in his first term like that. What? That's the thing. Oh, that's a great point. He spent the most, or added the most to our national debt, despite having, quote unquote, no new wars. Make that make sense.
COVID.
Again, the majority of that wasn't COVID related.
And he's the one that got the vaccine out like the quickest.
Operation Warp Speed, yes. After challenging the vaccine and its merits, after lying to the American people, and by saying it's going to be gone in 2 weeks, it's not that big of a deal. Maybe we can inject bleach in you or something.
You can say bleach, but
one of the key ingredients for bleach. Yes, bleach.
You didn't say inject bleach into your system, but he was talking about
he was talking about exploring the ideas of the ingredient, the disinfectant behind bleach, inside of our body.
Yeah, well, he got the vaccine out quick. I think he did a good job with that. I mean, how do you even fight that? I mean, it was super quick. It didn't come out of China, then it did come out of China. You had a bunch of bullshit lies. No.
I just feel like you just keep finding ways to follow up with the fact that you voted for a piece of shit, and you stand on those votes because consequences, I guess. And that says a lot about your moral character. Why don't you care about the negative actions of this administration on Americans when he's supposed to be America first?
Why don't I care about the negative? So, I don't know, probably because I think you should be more community based and not rely on the government so much. what I
The
believe.
vast
I
majority of
don't think
Americans are not on the programs that you're talking about, relying on the government, not to mention the ones that are. The majority of them have full-time jobs. They are working. These programs are supplementary. You know what the word supplementary means?
Yeah, but you also have like, yeah, I don't hate on it. Like, single women, single moms can get dollar houses, cheap housing. You get a lot of benefits for people that put their life choices in those situations. But yeah, it's nice. It's good for them. I don't see how Trump is a piece of shit for what exactly? Trying to cut fraud out of government-funded programs.
He hasn't been. He ran
God bless
off
you.
of Doge, Elon Musk, cutting out waste, fraud, and abuse. And the man has been doing quite literally the complete opposite. States have been doing that on their own. Look at Ohio, Tennessee, Mississippi, Texas. They've been prosecuting the shit that they prosecuted forever. Nothing came of Doge that actually showed mass amounts of waste, fraud, and abuse, particularly in the federal government. He keeps bringing up instances of things that Democrats have already prosecuted, specifically under or in Minnesota under Governor Tim Walz in 2022 with the Feed Our Futures Fund. This was already litigated in 2022 or before. I believe one of the convictions or sentences started happening in 2022. I don't remember the fucking date, but I know it's 2022. And then he just brought it back up because he wanted to demonize Somalians.
Well,
and you do understand, based off of that falsehood that he's claimed, that's what was the what's the word I'm looking for? Foundation that was laying the groundwork for ICE to go into Minneapolis and assault Americans, violate the due process of undocumented migrants, and quite literally kill them. It was based off of that talking point that Renee Nicole Good, Alex Preddy, Keith Porter Jr., and don't remember the name of the other person, are dead. And then he still has yet to substantiate.
I would say those were their faults. Grown ass people, knowing their consequences.
Grown ass people protesting.
Grown ass man went out there.
I'm sorry. What is immature about protesting? What is youthful about protesting?
Protesting is taking out headlights.
I'm sorry. Was he taking out a headlight when he was shot in the back?
No, he was touching an agent.
Touching an officer? Touching an officer?
No, an agent.
He didn't touch any officer who didn't assault him first on the day that he was killed.
Assault? They told him to clear back up. He sat there and then pushed the cop. Then he got pepper sprayed.
He got pushed, my guy. Not to mention putting hands on an agent, especially a shove, isn't justification to get shot.
No, it's not.
Well, he's dead now. So what the fuck are we talking about?
So they pepper sprayed him, pushed him, and then they found a gun and they took him to the ground. And then mistakes were made.
What mistake was made?
Shot. And that's not even nice, huh?
What mistake was made?
By the agent shooting his gun when he took it from him.
The agent didn't accidentally shoot his gun. He just shot it. He shot at him.
The agent shot his gun, and that's why the other cops shot him. Not cops, agent. So the agent made a mistake when he took his gun and shot it, and then they shot. Okay. But you would never do that to distance if you didn't touch, a footstep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do have to do that. Stop it. And you say tactics. That's on the speaking as like so it's not aggressive at all. Well, it's that like on other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I've had enough today. I think I've had enough today. There you go, YouTube. You finally heard the drop song that I have to go edit out later. Congratulations. These were a while ago. I apologize. W's in the chat to... What up, Joey? For the $6.69. Oh, I'm not reading that. Fuck you, Joey. W's in the chat to Mason for the $10 Venmo for your mental health. Too late. But I'll tell you what. I think... he must think we disconnected. He must think that there was an issue with service. Hey, twat, I hung up on you. I'm done. Every single horrible action I put forward to you, you said, sucks to suck. Consequences. Shouldn't have done this. Shouldn't be relying on the government. Victim blaming. Actually, that entire conversation was just victim blaming. And I find victim blaming to be fucking disgusting. All right, tell you what. We'll do one more. I'll do one more just because we're not at 500,000 likes yet. Can we get the likes up to 500,000? I'm going to spin this back on you guys now. I'm tired. I'm over this live. I'm ready to go find ways to maintain whatever sanity I've left for the day. Every single minute goes by that we don't get the likes up to 500K. I am dying inside. It is up to you guys, my chat on the TikTok.
God bless you.
To get the likes up to 500K so you can free me from the pain of sitting in this goddamn chair. Let's see how much you care about niggas now. Let's see how much you care about niggas now. Someone told me the other day, you say nigga a lot. Okay, nigga. How do I do this? John, you're on the line. Did you vote for Trump? Okay, hold on. That was weird. Call back, John, I guess. I didn't answer the right way and it completely cut off my camera. That was weird. I didn't answer through Google Voice and it completely cut off my camera. That's why I hung up. Call back, I guess. You don't have much to say. You're probably a troll, but call back. I'm waiting on my chat to free me, but I guess they're racist or whatever, so call back. I don't know how y'all put up with me, bro. I really don't know how y'all put up with me.
Call from
John.
John, you're back.
Yay!
Why is there an echo? What the fuck? Oh, it's good now. Never mind.
Oh, that sounds pretty good to me.
You voted for Trump, correct, in New York?
Hell yeah!
Okay. Do you regret your
Yeah,
vote?
fucking you're the Yorkman, man. You ever seen a president roll up into another country and snatch the fucking president? That is some gangster level shit.
Yeah, I didn't vote for a gangster. I voted for a president.
Hey, man, you get two options. You either get, one or the other.
Yeah, and I voted for the president.
Yeah, one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, man, we got a real thug in office, man. 38 felonies, multiple baby moms. Shit. Been shot at. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's fucking America right there.
really interesting point that you make there, because on one hand, you guys don't like thugs, quote unquote, of a particular race, but other ones.
Well, I never said that. Now, I never said that.
No, it just seems to be a common.
You said y'all.
A common
You
reflection
said y'all.
of
You.
Trump voting base. It seems like you guys have
Now,
all
you
this
said
energy for a
y'all.
particular
You're putting me
demographic
into
of
a
thugs.
category.
Yes, the category of Trump supporters. That's correct.
All right. Just because I voted for him doesn't mean I stand with the whole right side of the line.
That's correct, but you do stand with racism.
Now, how is it racism?
How is it racism to be selective
You
about
you
the
call
quote-unquote
so you're
funds
technically
that
you're
you give
calling
fuck
me a
about?
racist because I stand with a racist.
I didn't call you a racist.
Well, if
I
you
said
stand with the
racism.
Democratic Party, who has funded, been inaugurated by, and as any other way you want to put it, been affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, that's the Democratic side.
Word. Can you tell me what big name Ku Klux Klan member?
So you're playing it
is
back. I am
funding the
getting a lot of
Democrats?
feedback. I'm
don't-
getting a lot of feedback.
I don't know why.
Hold on, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Can you hold on a second?
Cool.
Can you fix that?
I don't know what to do to fix that. Actually, I think you're gonna have to call back. You can just call back, so I can debunk you on this stupid Triple K talking point, and then hang up the phone. I have someone on TikTok waiting, I guess. MAGA World 66. Did you vote for Trump? MAGA World 66. Why am I echoing? Am I echoing for anyone else? Yes? Is it just his mic? No, now it's doing it just because. No, it's literally because he unmuted. Yeah, it's him. The fuck? Am I still echoing? I think it's because I accidentally answered the phone the wrong way when I did this over here. Let me see if restarting this will help. No, now it's good. Yeah, it was just him. Can y'all hurry up and free me? Bro? I just want to be free. My ancestors didn't die for this shit. I just want to be free, bro. That's it. That's all. What's up, Hector? Where is Erica? Do I look like her fucking... Anyways, how's everyone's Saturday going? Are we having good Saturdays? Hector, this is optional. It's not. Tap the screen. I am physically bound to this chair until we get 500,000 likes. And how are we doing on YouTube? You guys can't see it, but there are invisible chains on my waist that wrap around my chair. That do not get broken until we hit 500,000 likes. YouTube, you're doing just fine. You're over 100. That's typically what I go for, at least, unless we had more people in the live. But you can get it to 150. How about that? 150. God damn it. I can't answer this way, otherwise it's going to echo. I literally just turned off Google Voice. Call back. Don't listen to Joey. What is Joey saying? Joey, I realized something the other day. I get a kick off of muting you, and I can use a kick right now. Keep fucking with me.
Call from
John.
Welcome back, John. Can you substantiate this?
God damn, hell yeah. Why'd you keep hanging up on me, man? It hurts my feelings, man.
Audio
I'm going to go in
issues.
here and slit my wrist and cry a little bit, you know?
If you are a loved one or in crisis and are having thoughts of not being here anymore, please call a crisis hotline and fuck that guy. Thank you guys so much for hitting 500,000 likes. gonna need you to do a couple things on your way out. Number one, if you're not following me, hit that follow button in the top left corner. We are live every Saturday at 3 p.m. CST, after 3 p.m. CST, and randomly throughout the week. Don't worry about the live goal. I don't care. If you want to send me some last minute big gifts, I'm not going to stop you. Send your daily heartbeats if you haven't already. I'm on a goal. My new goal is to get to 2,000 heartbeats. So TikTok has this just like promo bonus thingy majiggy where it's like if you get to the first 100 or something, it's a certain percent. 500, it's another percent, and then from 500 to 2,000, there's nothing in between. 500 to 2,000, it's fucking insane. But when you get to 2,000, you get like another bonus thing. So I'm actually think I'm going to set a counter up here, because that's my next big goal. It would be huge to me to hit that one, 2,000 heartbeats, and it's like people who regularly send their heartbeats every couple of days before it expires. You just have to have 2,000 concurrent heartbeat senders. I don't know how else to word that. So that's my next big goal.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Gucci, for the pot of gold. I appreciate you. That's my next big goal. So send your daily heartbeats. It's super important. Obviously, don't worry about the shares. We're about to end. Thank you for hitting the taps. Oh yeah, links in the bio. You're gonna see a couple things in there. First and foremost, follow me on all the other social media platforms. Follow me on all of the other social media platforms. Okay. Currently dual streaming to YouTube, so always make sure you're subscribed there. And the Instagram, we're building up the Instagram, so follow me over there as well. Sometimes, especially recently, the TikTok algo is suppressing the fuck out of my videos compared to what it was doing before, versus Instagram, where now on average my last few videos have more views. It's actually strange. So it would be super duper extremely helpful if you guys follow me over there. And yeah, join the Discord community. We are over 600 members strong. That's also where we're doing subscriptions, because I refuse to tell people to subscribe here on the Superfan. It costs too much money. If you choose to become a Superfan here, thank you. You got it like that. I appreciate that. But the best way to support the platform, if you're in the Discord community specifically, is subscribe directly to the Discord server. It's cheaper and you get more perks. Fun fact, we don't do mano a mano here anymore. I've been meaning to delete it. Oh, he's leaving a voicemail. Pick up the phone, you dirty bleep. Yeah. It didn't say dirty, actually. Why did I say dirty? But it is blurred out. What else? Yeah, subscribe in the Discord. Check out the shop. It's on the TikTok shop, but also go to the direct shop. That link is available in the bio where you guys can get yourself some merchandise from 3 of the lines: Kamala Would Never, 10 Commandments, and the Make 2 + 2 = 4 Again line. So check that out. If you're a subscriber, you get a discount code. It's pinned in the subscriber space in the Discord, so you guys can go get it there. Or I don't know, just get it. Do it. And of course, there's the links in the bio. Cash App is down at least for the next 2-3 hours. Whenever we got the ban last night, not the ban, but the cap. So anything you want to send, you would have to do it through PayPal or Venmo. If you're from the tube side, Super Chat or Super Sticker. Permaban Joey. You know, Joey ain't shit, but that would be a very pricey permaban, and y'all like Joey, so you wouldn't pay for it. We like Joey over here. He's just fucking with me. He keeps fucking with me and my mods. It's gonna be war. Who can we raid over on the tube side? Who's live? Let me see who I can redirect you guys to. Direct. Who is live from our friendlies? He's just not gonna stop, is he? Oh, that was a different person. Or he tried a different number. There's a few people live. None of them that are dual streaming on YouTube. It is Women's History Month. Maddie is live and Queen is live. Let's see what Queen is live doing. Trump is failing American citizens. I like this topic. We're going to raid Queen. Those of you on the tube side, she's not dual streaming to YouTube. So unfortunately, that is not an option that you will have available to you. So I'm just going to end it here for the tubers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your subscriptions to the platform. Thank you for turning on notification bells. If you haven't already, go do that shit. Shout out to the hardest working mods, some of the hardest working mods of the Hector Talks platform, watching all the things that I don't. I always say this. If I missed any super chats, I apologize. And I will look back at that and give you a special thanks the next stream. I typically look at all of them specifically after I end it. So you will get your flowers. Everything helps and everything's appreciated and everything's accepted. So enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I think I'm going to get a boba. Yep, I'm going to get a boba. WC y'all. Bye.